But how you doing, Marius? How you doing? The only Jane Packer backer again. Hello, hello. We are going to get back on our Interloper character today. We are going to be loading into our Forlorn Muskeg start. We're on day 98, so we're not quite at 100. I put 100 days in the title because we'll get there. We'll get there soon. We just killed a bear. We're in Timberwolf Mountain. We just killed a bear. And now we got bear meats to cook up. What are those? Oh, those are just a couple little rabbit meaties. Couple little ratty meats. Clickbait. Kana, how you doing? Yes, it's clickbait. Did you have a good evening yesterday? Yes, I did. We barbecued a couple beautiful steaks on the barbecue and just had a very, very nice evening together. So it was very nice. But how you doing, Kana? I was just talking about you in One and Only's channel, saying how you love starving in the long dark. Starving in the long dark is what you live for. Actually, I'm gonna drop a few things here.
Made it through another night.
Let's drop the lantern. Let's pick up our bedroll. You never want to leave your bedroll laying on the ground. If you leave it laying on the ground, there's actually a bug in the game that if you get attacked, there's still a possibility it can get destroyed. So you want to pick up the bedroll, put it down in its rolled up form, and then it'll be safe. So, all right, let's see. Let's drop our. How long have we got on that fire? Oh, let's put some. Let's put a cedar on there. A couple coals on there. A couple more coal down there. I'm just trying to offload anything I don't need on me. Okay. Still got 34 minutes. Let's go. Let's go get ourselves some more bear meat. Woohoo! Bear meat time. Not anymore. Well-fed convert right here. Oh, well-fed's just so sweet. Yeah, well-fed is so sweet. And then once you get that sexy backpack, you got the 45 kilo carry weight. You're just like, yeah, baby. You can never go back, Connor. I am streaming early today. You see, I got home pretty early, so we're gonna be streaming Long Dark for about the next three and a half hours. We're gonna play some Infected tonight as well. Now tomorrow I will be streaming on Saturday. I'll be starting with Long Dark in the morning, Escape the Pacific in the afternoon. We're gonna get back into Escape the Pacific, and maybe just play that the rest of the day. So, and then I'm leaving tomorrow evening like at 7:30ish. But I will be streaming tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow I will be streaming. So if it's 12:23 there, good God. Or 23, so you're basically 12 hours ahead of me. So it'll be 8 p.m. whatever your time is. 8 p.m. your time. So Marius, 8 p.m. tomorrow, your time, I'll be streaming Long Dark.
Can't feel
for about 4 hours. So probably 8, 9, 10, 11, probably till midnight your time. So I get, because if you're 12 hours ahead of me right now, yeah, I guess I'd make it 8 p.m. for you. Whatever time that may be. But it's good to have you here. And Connor, it's great to see you. I hope you're having a good one. If you guys don't know, Connor is actually my real-life nephew.
Too cold to think.
And he streams sometimes, too, so go check out his channel, give it a follow.
I kind of worry about going over hills like this because...
Because of that. Because of wolves. And bears. So go give Connor a follow, boys and girls, and check him out. It's 23:24 here too. Oh my goodness, Alma. Well, tomorrow, Alma. Well, I guess today I'll be streaming early for you. So got 3 minutes till that's done. Oh shoot, I took it out. Oh gosh, dang it. I took it out of the fire. How did I even accomplish that miraculous feat? Wow. What a goober Atheenon is. Definitely same time zone, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, Chris Bakes with the 13-month resub. A little loud. Thank you, Chris Bakes, for that 13-month. Thank you for that 13 months right there. Appreciate that very, very much.
For 13 months. PR. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you as well. Happy weekend to you as well. I hope your weekend is amazing and awesome. I'm actually going to be streaming tomorrow. I'll keep saying that throughout the stream as people get in, because a lot of people have been asking when I stream on the weekends again. Tomorrow will be one of those days that I stream on the weekend. So, be here or be square, or whatever it's called. Or you're hip to be square, or whatever it is. But yes, I'll be streaming tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. where Marius and Alma live. Good God! They're attack deer, man. They're attack deer. And we'll start with Long Dark tomorrow morning till about noon. So we'll be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so about 4 hours of Long Dark. And then maybe 5 hours, we'll see how we're feeling. And then we'll be switching over and playing some Escape the Pacific tomorrow afternoon. I haven't played Escape the Pacific in probably a month, so I'm excited to play some Escape the Pacific again. And get building our raft, get exploring our islands, maybe sail off to the second cluster. We'll see how it goes. That meat is way freaking out here. Jeez Louise.
My fingers feel numb.
Woo, we are very cold. Nice little slow walk back to the cave.
I'm not sure I can carry
But
much
thank you
more.
again, Chris, for that 13-month resub. I forgot to give out points, but there they are. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. Big hearts and bear highs out to you. I'm not being a good streamer. I'm not giving out all the props and kudos, you know.
Damn. I'm freezing.
But today we're going to be finishing up this bear. We're going to get this bear all taken care of here. We're going to head back into Ash Canyon, go down to the Angler's Den, pick up our stuff, and then jet back here into Timberwolf Mountain, and maybe see if we can get the moose here in T-Wolf, because that'd be kind of cool. And then from there, I think I want to go to Coastal Highway and Desolation Point. See about doing another forge, getting myself a few more arrowheads or something. That's probably a smart move. Oh, I love being able to just put it on autopilot and just sit back and wait. Get up, make yourself a sandwich. Get a nice little sandwich going. Maybe go grab a drink. Connor knows about grandma's pears. Eat a grandma's pear, Connor? Yeah. Moha, hello. How are you doing? Eat a grandma's pear, a dried pear or two. Silty, it was great. We had a great time. We cooked up some steaks on the barbecue. Had some good steaks and sauteed mushrooms. It was awesome.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Alright, let's get this meat harvested up real quick. Yum and yay friends! Yay friends! The only thing about dried pears is they stick in your teeth after a little while. Oh, I just got little bitty bites on those. Hey, they're still little bitty bites, so we might as well harvest them up. Hey, Quesamo! Hello, hello! Oh, and now we got a storm outside, of course. Of course, we have a storm outside. We got one more bag of meat out there, too, dang it. Got one more bag of meat out there. We gather a bunch of sticks here. Yeah, it's frosty meat now, that's for sure. We'll get a couple fires going here for ourselves, boys and girls. We'll do up a couple fires. We have fire making 4 now, which is amazing. Because we have a 95% chance to start a fire with just a stick. And when you get fire making 5, it's even better because you have a 100% chance of fire starting with just a match and a stick. And so you don't even need to utilize the the torches any longer to make fires go. Now I'm actually going to pick up my pots because I want all the cooking times to be even. Okay, those are tiny pieces. Oh yeah, accelerant makes everything full, Blackman PL. How you doing, buddy? Alright. There we go. Y'all good? Nice! Boys and girls, if you like StarCraft and you want to check out some good StarCraft play, go check out my good friend Blackman PL. Big supporter of the channel and an awesome all-around dude. Go check him out. Give him some love. Give him a follow.
That's done.
And even if you don't like StarCraft, maybe he'll change your mind.
Almost anything.
Maybe he'll make you go, ooh, I like that game now. So go check it out. Long Duck, hello, hello. All right, let's drop the meats out here. Now it won't take us too long to get stuff done. Yes, send them where 40-year-old nerds fight to death in a strategy game. Exactly. I wonder how cold it is out here. Wow, it's negative 76 outside right now. Holy crap. That's pretty cold. Hey, we got a couple deer hides curing back here. We got a rabbit hide curing. We got some birch curing, a bear hide curing. I think there's guts under that too, yep. Burn. right, get all these on the fire. That's a little 33 too. All right, there we go. Hour 39, 42, 205. Woo! Let's go. Break that torch down. Are we in the canyon? No, right now I'm still in Timberwolf. We'll be heading back to the canyon here pretty soon. But I killed a bear here in Timberwolf Mountain, so I'm getting him all harvested up. Getting him all cooked up before we go. Gotta put these down here, because I think these are the good ones. Rabbit meat, hoo-ha-ha, yum.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Good God, that was a lot of meat. I'm just gonna put these small ones on here and go grab that other bag. Now that the storm has passed. Alright, let's go get the last bag. Queso, jeez. Just came to say hi. The heat here is unbearable too. Well, the heat here has been pretty unbearable. It's not bad. It's not bad today. I think it's only supposed to get up to like 84 today, but it's muggy as crap out today. It says it's 75 right now with 60% humidity, making it feel like 75. That's weird. Yeah, it's pretty high humidity here too, so it's not real good. We're in Timberwolf Mountain, yes. We're in Timberwolf Mountain right now. We're at the deer clearing where we killed the bear. We just got done with the summit run. Went to the summit, and we came back down. Is it worth the risk using NVIDIA? Good Lord, Moha, I have no idea. I know nothing. I know nothing about electronics or computers, so take it, do it at your own risk, I guess. Do it at your own risk. Who's cosplaying who and what format? Who cosplays who? Monado Blade, how you doing? Usually the warranty locally is worth the extra price. Unless you just spend 500 and if it breaks, spend another 500. Didn't I hear the news? I heard no news. I hear no news, Monado Blade. I don't go on social media, so. I don't go on social media. There you go. I don't know anything about cosplaying stuff. I've never understood cosplaying. Never ever understood it cosplay. Just never got it. I never like to dress up as anything. Survivors, the time has come for another contest.
My energy.
First place. Copy of the Long Dark. So what is it? I don't understand. Best winter mute cosplay? No. That's okay. I'm good. I don't cosplay. There you go. If you like cosplay, there you go. Go do it. I am not a cosplay person. I never understood it. Never was my thing. For people who enjoy cosplay, good. You know, everybody's got to have something they enjoy, right? I've always thought it was interesting. It's just it's way too much. It's way too much skill for me. I don't have the skill to do a cosplay thing. Probably for the main reason that I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I would whinge about every little thing that was wrong with my cosplay, you know. I'd be like, ah, it doesn't look right, or it doesn't have this in it, or, you know. Yeah, I'll leave that to the professionals, though, you know. I'm a dead ringer for Will Eggy McKenzie. I can just go as myself. This is my cosplay right here. All I need is a nice winter jacket and I'll be all set. That should be good. That should be good. A couple more liters of water. There we go. 21 minutes there. Probably cook these teas up as well. I'm gonna build this fire up a little bit because we'll cook some teas on it after we're done with this. All right, let's get these herbal teas cooked up. Playing it off and on. I'll be playing about 3.5 hours today. I'll be also streaming tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be streaming some Long Dark tomorrow. And then we'll be playing some Escape of the Pacific tomorrow afternoon. So, well, afternoon for me. Thank you, Bulgario, for the bear apocalypse. He's such a nice bear. Such a friendly bear. What time of day is it? Oh, it's almost nighttime. Well, that's good because we're almost completely exhausted. So we've had a very full day, boys and girls. All right, so are all the teas done? All the teas are done. Let's get the birch bark in there too. How much water do I have left right now? 4 liters? Okay. Hey, Cryogen! Hello, hello! How are you? Good to have you here. You're gonna be lurking at work for the most part. Well, if you want to join us tomorrow, we'll be live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll be live and ready to go, so... Do we have any teas left? God, we got a lot of birch bark, don't we? Do I have more birch bark still? I still have one more. Alright, let's do that. There we go. Wish I could. I have a date tomorrow with 5 trees laying in my yard. Oh, wow.
Feels like night is coming.
31 minutes. Beautiful. It's Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. All right. Well, have fun with your trees. All right, let's drink down some of our water. And tomorrow we go back to Ash Canyon. Back to Ash Canyon tomorrow. All right. No more liquid in our belly. 99 days, boys and girls. I know it says 100 on the stream title. That was just clickbait. No, it's just because we're going to be at 100 soon, and I just wanted to put that out there, so. Those are all fresh. I got cured guts back there, so we're at 41 kilos right now. Let's grab our tomato soups. Yeah, let's grab this stuff here. Get my that and that out of there. Get those out of there.
Go.
Get those out of there. I think I'll just leave the rest of the stuff in there. It doesn't matter. All right, we're only 46. That's not bad. Oh, wait, we gotta pick our pots up. Jeez Louise, I almost forgot my pots. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. You got COVID again? What? What? I just put changing into tiny bikini for clickbaits. Alrighty, well, I hope that works out for you. I don't know quite what to say to that. Mike Man. I'm very, yeah, I'm conflicted on that. I mean, there's the cringe factor of it, but then there's still also that sort of curiosity of seeing you change into a tiny bikini. And there's that morbid curiosity of wanting to see it, but not wanting to see it, you know? It's like, okay, well, maybe it would be a bad thing, maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing, I don't know. Hold on a second. I want to not see it. Got COVID 3 times. It's not just a cold to you. Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. Is like, and who knows? I mean, I am not a doctor, so it's like my girlfriend. You can't tell her anything because she just imagines it instantly. I'm gonna let that one go. I had 555. Oh my goodness, the living legend himself. The master of the no one gets out alive, because in his stream no one gets out alive. One and only. How you doing, buddy? Get out a little shout out there for him. Let's pause here for a second. Was that a bang can that went off in his hand? Oh, one and only, thank you for the 32-month resub. That was an awesome clip. Thank you so much, my friend. Rip Ripper, how you doing? Stacia, how's it going? Rock Lords, how you doing? Mary Carla, how are you tonight? One and only. If you guys have not gone over and given one and only a follow, please do. He plays all sorts of wild, crazy modes of Long Dark that I dare not even attempt. Because I just haven't got the patience for it like he does. But I don't even dare attempt them because I just don't have the patience for it. But if you want to see some wild and crazy guys, go check him out. He's awesome. He's awesome and amazing and really super nice guy. Go give him love and give him a follow. Check him out. Check him out when he's online sometime. Oh my goodness, Foxen with the 46 months. Yeah, you know, cool. I've heard one and only is pretty good at the game. I'll say he's pretty good at the game. So, you know, it's how do you classify good sometimes? How do you classify good? But I think he's pretty good at the game most of the time. So, Numeric, welcome to the stream as well. Cool K with a tier 1 sub for 4 months, sparking off a hype train. What? Hype train has left the station. Woo woo! Oh man, thank you so much for the follow there as well, Numeric. I appreciate that very much. One and only likes his guy to suffer. Yeah, he likes his guy to suffer. He likes to suffer. He suffers for you. He suffers for you all. That's what you gotta take from it. He suffers for you all. But one and only, I hope you had a great stream, my friend. We're gonna be doing some Long Dark right now, and then in a few hours we're gonna switch over. We're gonna play some of the Infected, another cool little survival game. It's an early access game. I really personally like it. We're gonna play a little bit of that, and oh jeez, Quesimo. Oh, we're already in hype level 2 of the hype train. Holy crap! Well, thank you so much, Case, and we'll keep that hype train rolling, boys and girls. Thank you for the 100 bits. And then tomorrow, I'm going to start streaming at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to stream some more Long Dark, and then we're going to play some Escape the Pacific. I haven't played Escape the Pacific in a while, so we're going to play some Escape the Pacific tomorrow. Right now, we just entered into Ash Canyon, boys and girls. A fun little zone. A zone that I particularly really like. I think it's very well constructed. The height levels in this zone are freaking amazing. And it's a really fun little zone to dink around in for a while. It actually, honestly, other than the path over to up the river to the Angler's Den is pretty safe. There's not really a lot of wolves in it otherwise. There's one bear up top, there's a couple moose, and other than that, it's pretty much a safe passage. Like, this whole area, this whole side over here has no wolves on it at all. The whole, like, left side of the map, from the gold mine down to Timberwolf Mountain, has, like, 0 wolves. Has no wolves. Thank you also, Gwen, for the follow there. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can find all the redeems at the store. There you go. There's all the redeem commands. Find all those there.
Cold.
I know you're cold, buddy, but we're going to head up top here because I got to go up here. We're going to go to the Climbers. This is the Climbers Retreat? Climbers Cave? I think it's the Climbers Cave. Yeah, we're gonna go over to the Climbers Cave. Sometimes there's a campfire. Oh, well, sometimes there's a campfire down here. Oh, it has a whole spray can by it. Ooh, ooh, a spray can. No wolves who will hunt deer for me? Yeah, no services there, my friend. Couple more birchy barks. The other thing Ash Canyon has is a lot of birch bark.
Can stop me.
Oh, thank you, Steven, for the follow there as well. Appreciate that very much. It looks like we got a dance coming along. I don't do cosplay, unfortunately, so I'm afraid I don't do that. Did the dance go off? Oh, that might be a subscriber-only thing. I'm not sure, Marius. I think that might be a subscriber-only one. Python Papa, how you doing, bud? Monado Blade asked about that earlier, and I just never, I have no skill at cosplay stuff. I know my limits. I cosplay every day as Will McKenzie. Teacup! Teacup! Yeah, I'm not really a cosplayer, so it looks interesting though. I'm curious to see what people come up with. I always like watching cosplay stuff. I think people who can do cosplay good are that's like a super cool talent. Climber's Cave. I was right. It is the Climber's Cave. Oh, there's a pry bar here. A can of coffee and some of that. A little bit of this. And a notebook page. I already have a pry bar down there, but you know what? Another pry bar probably wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Well, thank you all for participating in the hype train. Very successful. Collect your level 1 emotes if you got them. Choo choo! The train has left the station now. 3 subs, 100 bits. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for the support. And yes, I have a lot of teas on me and stuff and things. Oh, I should have ate this. I should have ate the can of soup. I actually found these on day 96 or something at 63%. I don't think they decay very quickly. I do got the crampons. So just a little overview of what we got going on, boys and girls. We have our carcass harvesting, cooking, and archery at 5. Level 4 fire starting. Level 2 fishing from reading a book. Mending's over halfway through level 3. We also have our rabbit skin hat. Regular hat. Put that one on. We got our moose hide coat over our bear hide coat. We got double sweaters. We found a second sweater here. Rabbit skin gloves. Deer skin boots. We got both the wool socks. We only have 1 pair of undies. We got the combat pants underneath the regular pants. We got the moose hide satchel. And we got the crampons. Alright, I'm going to repair the hat. Because I don't have any cured guts with me. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just going to sleep here for an hour. See what happens. This is a weird cave. It's open on both ends, but it's still warm in here like it's an indoor cave. I don't know. I don't argue with it. I just go, yes. I'll take it. Oh, look, there's some wood. We're going to head down to the Angler's Den. Because that's where we have all of our stuff. Now, there's also a rope climb up here that can get you up to those plateaus there. I'm not going to go to them right now because I don't have the wherewithal to do it. As far as weight goes, I'm as usual, a little overweight. I'm at 53 kilos. So, yeah, we're going to pass on that just for this moment. But our next goal is to get out of here, go back to Timberwolf. We'll tromps around in Pleasant Valley a little bit, because we haven't been to the barn or the crossroads in Pleasant Valley. You're a little overweight, but have no inventory to drop. I know the feeling, my friend. I know the feeling. I've been fighting that battle of the bulge myself. But then we're going to head to Pleasant Valley after we get out of Timberwolf. We're going to try to hunt the moose in Timberwolf, so that'll probably delay us. But the ultimate goal is to make our way through Coastal into Desolation Point, and end up in the forge and get some more arrowheads forged. Although anymore we aren't running through our arrows as much, but if we ever want to go to Black Rock or to Bleak Inlet eventually on this character, I don't like to go into those zones with less than 20 arrows. It's just me. You tend to lose a lot of arrows to Timberwolves. They don't tend to, even with bow skill 5, they don't always drop on that first hit. Because it's hard to hit them right in the head, where you got the greatest chance of taking them down in one hit. So if you hit them in the butt, a lot of times they will run away with your arrow. And once they run away, they are gone. They're like, peace out, Atheenon, taking your arrow. running over to a far corner of the zone, and I'm dying, so you'll never see it again. My 189-day Loper has full clothing, bearskin bedroll, and she's highly under-encumbered. Well, you know, I carry a lot of extra stuff around with me that I probably don't need to. But I like to. Because I'm always like, well, what if I need it? Here's this lantern that you can't do anything with. That lantern's garbage. Somebody fell here. It's a little bit of a brisk day. It's negative 53, 52, negative 52, something like that. If Loper is not heavy, then they are out of coal. Yes, and I do have 15 coal on me right now. I do have 15 coal on me right now. Yes, that way down is a one-way. That's a one-way road coming down. Yeah. That is a one-way down, no way back up. Ooh, look at all the cured birch we got, and cured guts, and we got a deer hide and a cured black bear hide. Let's drop this black bear hide back here. Yeah, I'm always over encumbered in Interloper. It's just how I roll, man. It's how I like to roll in Interloper. If I ain't over encumbered, then I'm missing something, you know. All right, so we got cured guts. I can put that away. Cured rabbit hide, some cured birch. Okay, a couple cured birch, a couple cured maples, some more guts. Drop our coal here. Let's drop our cedars here. Do I have any other fresh stuff I need to drop? Yep, I got the 4 birch saplings on me. There we go. Let's see what we have in here. Oh my god. Can you say too much stuff is what we have in here? Holy crap. I got the two rabbit hides to fix my gloves. Alright, so we got the cured birch. How much cured birch do we have in here? Alright, so between Timberwolf and here, I'm coming out with 15 cured birch and 4 maples. I can live with that. I'm gonna need 2 of those. Oh, I guess I could throw my feathers in there too. What time of day is it? Oh, it's still early. Okay. Let's fix up our hat if we can. Ath is training Will for the Marine Corps the hard way. I've been moving from DP to CH, even packing 40 kilos of meat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta take it with you, man. You gotta take it with you. All right, there we go. We got both of those repaired back up. So now we got that 25 degree warmth bonus again. What I wanted to do was repair my hacksaw. Not bragging though, seeing what you have, it's understandable. Sometimes I am like 10 kilos over. Oh yeah, I carry so much stuff. The thing is that generally the thing that makes me the heaviest most of the time is I have a lot of fuel on me. You know, I just am constantly picking up sticks and you know, that sort of stuff. So a lot of times, a majority of my weight is all fuel driven, and so, I'll have a lot of fuel and stuff on me too. Wow, I have a lot of teas in here, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of teas in there. Lots of teas, boys and girls, because I'm a big tease. I'm gonna throw the heavy hammer in there too. Break down the tri-bar. Might as well, it's free metal. There we go. Grab out a little bit of cloth. Sit on the floor here. I'm just gonna sit in front of the bed. And let's see, what else do we have to repair? No, I don't want to use the sewing kit. Use my fishing tackle. T-Man! Hey, Keg Pirate, how you doing? I'm mainly doing this just to get my mending skill up. My mending skill is halfway through 3, and I'd like it to be even higher, so... By repairing clothing, even if it's not in horrible shape, as long as you got cloth, it's like, why not? Oh, that's gonna take way too long. An hour to fix my socks. An hour. An hour to fix my socks. There we go. We're rocking the 25-degree warmth bonus. That's what we like to see. I want my socks to be perfect. I don't like socks that have little holes in the toes. That's no fun. And so yes, I take my time mending my socks. Yeah, cold toes are not a fun thing. Ah. I'm just gonna pass time for like 3 hours, get myself get the night going on a little bit more there, so we'll just wake up in the morning. That's good. Alright, now we'll sleep. Mending skill is often underrated. Oh, mending skill... Well, see, the big thing about mending... So here's the thing about mending that you gotta remember. Right now, mending, I have a 75% chance of successful repair. Which means, say I go to mend... say I go to mend this. I have a 95% chance. Once you hit level 4 mending, you'll never fail a mend. Which is great when you're mending your repair. Like, if I want to repair my moose hide cloak, the worst thing that can happen is I fail because I lose the hide. And that's just soul crushing when you fail a mend like that. You're like, oh! Like, oh, damn! Have you tried to repair a sock with a shower towel? No, I have not. Alright, so before we drink... we'll eat our piece of meat. Now we'll drink our water. No use hydrating before we dehydrate ourselves again. 97, 69, 22. Oh wait, is that 2 more maples? Oh god, we got more maple here too. Holy crap. Well, we got 19 birch here and 6 maples. Wowzy bowsy. See, I personally think Mending 5 should be better than it is. See, I think Mending 5, there should be like there should be a thing with Mending 5 where, so these are my 2 ideas for Mending 5. Either A, Mending 5 allows you, with quite a bit of cost, mind you, but Mending 5 allows you to actually repair 0% clothing, but it will take a lot of resources. Okay? So you can repair them, but it takes like maybe 3 times or 4 times the resources to repair them, and maybe some extra stuff to do it. Either that, or what Mending 5 should allow you to do is give you a percentage chance, maybe like 20%, like a 20% chance that upon your mending repair, it does not utilize the hide or the cloth that you're using to repair the item. Something like that. I think that would make Mending 5 like way more like cool. Because right now Mending 5's kind of, I mean, once I hit Mending 4, I really just don't care. Once I get Mending 4, I just do not give a crap. It's like, okay, whatever. I have a 100% chance of fixing stuff now, so you know, getting to Mending 5 doesn't really do much to me. It makes it, all Mending 5 does over Mending 4 is make it take less time to mend. That's pretty much all it does. Oh, that's why it takes an hour. I'm using fishing tackle. Mending levels should unlock different items. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know how, I mean, I don't know at this stage if they do that. I don't think they want to key it to anything. I don't think I have any extra arrowheads, do I? Boopity boo. Boopity boo. Yeah, I think we're going to be taking a couple trips from here to Timberwolf and back. Just kind of carrying our stuff from one place to the other. Been trying to get them to put a utility belt in the game that takes half the weight of the tool, and depending on many level, how many tools it can hold. That would be kind of cool, Rip. That would be kind of cool. And you could even make that a, you could even make the utility belt, something where you actually attach a specific item to it. Like, you say you put your hatchet in your utility belt. Okay, it cuts the weight, even say by 25%. It cuts the weight, but it also makes that tool available to you to utilize in a struggle. So until you actually get the tool belt, you can't even struggle with wolves, other than just smacking them in the face. Because otherwise you're trying to get it out of your backpack or whatever, and so it would basically make it very hard to struggle with animals if you did that, which could be kind of cool. That could be kind of a cool little thing. Or maybe it makes the struggle faster. Maybe it just makes it faster than that. Woo! Brand Jump with the quality tools. We love quality tools. A better hatchet, better knife. Thank you, Brand Jump, for the 18 months. That's 2 Twitch babies now. 2 Twitch babies.
Brandon, I just resubscribed for 18 months.
Or they could make it where the or they could make it so your struggle just is faster, or you have more adeptness at struggling if you have a tool belt on, because you can get your tool faster or something. I don't know. Or maybe make it so you take less damage. I have no idea. Twins! We have twinsies! Twinsies! Alright, we're 36 kilos. This stuff is still curing. Boopity boo. Let's break down a couple things in here. Clean the place up a little bit. Really? Seriously, Storm? You're just gonna do that to me all day long, huh? I wish they'd give us another use for tinder plugs as well. Like, tinder plugs will not, after level 3 fire making, you don't have to use tinder plugs, but if you choose to use tinder plugs, your fire takes 20% less time to light. Like if you choose to use tinder after level 3, before level 3 it's required. But after level 3, it takes, say it makes it 5% faster if you use tinder. Level 4, 10% faster. Level 5, 20% faster. On top of the bonus you already get. Oh, is that another box of matches?
Could end up being useful.
I totally missed that box of matches there. That's 3 boxes of matches we found in this place. That's pretty cool. That would be kind of cool if they did that. So the tinder would actually still have a purpose even after you achieve level 3. Because after level 3 you're like, well, why do I need tinder plugs anymore? Take that. Take the heavy hammer. Oh, we're going out of here heavy, baby.
I might have to drop some gear.
For 48. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that you don't get a bonus for it after that. Okay, that put me a little overweight. That put me a little bit overweight.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Well, it is a lot of gear, my friend. I do have 2 liters of water on me. I got all those teas. Let's leave the heavy hammer here for the next trip. And let's leave the, let's leave some of the cloth. Oh, I didn't mean to leave all of it. There we go. That's better. Now we can carry a little bit of fuel. Nope. All I need is a cedar. You always want to pick up a cedar, boys and girls. Because 6 sticks, 1 cedar. They give you the same amount of warmth, which is the most important thing. I don't even care about time, but it's about approximately the same time, too. But they give you the same amount of warmth, but it costs half a kilo instead of 9/10 of a kilo. So always go with the cedar if you got the option. If you got the option, go with the cedar. Hey, Sweet Lou, how you doing? I mean, don't get me wrong, sticks are great and all, but if you got the option, go with the cedar. All right, but how you doing, Sweet Lou? Let's take our extra little clothing items. Take our tools. All right, there we go. We're good. We're good weight. We're good to go. Let's take a drink of water. We're going all the way back to Timberwolf right now, boys and girls. Then we're going to come back and grab a bunch of our other stuff and go back there again. Woo! Let's go. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. We got the wind at our backs. I mean, everything's looking up. Everything is looking up, my friends. I think you should be able to make a fire log out of tinder and like 10 cattail heads or 10 normal tinder birch bark. Fire logs are really heavy though for what they do. Fire logs are mainly the main benefit fire logs give you, and you only get, there's only like 2 in any interloper file, and most of them are in Milton. The only reason fire logs are good is they give you a lot of time on the fire. Otherwise, fire logs are kind of trash. They're 2 kilos. They don't give you much warmth. You can't start a fire with them, I don't think. Maybe you can. I think it's just a low fire starting rate. But yeah, they're great for fishing because you get a lot of time. But that's about it. But then you got to carry it all the way to the fishing net. I would rather Rip Ripper if I was going to go fishing. I'd rather go into the cave in between Pleasant Valley and Coastal Highway, pick up my 40 coal, and then go fishing. I can carry so much more time and so much more warmth that I just rather do that than utilize the fire logs to be honest. So, is there any gambling with better odds? No. I mean, there's slots, which you'll lose everything with. Heyo! I just started getting into this game and love it, but it's a struggle to not watch too many streams because I like the surprise of not knowing any of the maps. Believe me, B-Up, what you don't know of the maps and what you'll see of the maps will astound you. There's still stuff that I find in the maps. After playing 5,000 hours B-Up, I still find things in the maps that I go, oh, I never knew that was there. Because there's certain paths you go to and go on that, you know, sure, there's a lot of maps that a lot of people will play over and over again. Like, you know, Mystery Lake, Pleasant Valley, Coastal Highway. You'll see a lot of people playing in those. There's a lot of maps you won't see people playing in. Like Black Rock and Bleak Inlet. Even Timberwolf Mountain, you'll see occasionally, but most people do the summit run and come back, and that's about it. So there's a lot of stuff that you will never see. Even on playthroughs. Especially on Interloper playthroughs, because generally on Interloper playthroughs, people don't go places that are kind of like not the norm, I guess you'd say. And the maps are humongous. There's more square kilometers of Long Dark to explore than there is of Skyrim. And there's no fast travel in Long Dark. Everywhere you go, this is how you're traveling, right here. You're walking every single place. And map knowledge, honestly, is the key to being successful in Long Dark. It's the key to living for a long time in Long Dark. Whether you're playing on Pilgrim, Voyager, Stalker, Interloper, custom game, map knowledge is like a huge factor in your survival. And without map knowledge, you're gonna struggle a lot. You're gonna struggle to survive. I pick up those cattails, but I'm cold, and I really want a cattail. Okay, I'll pick up a cattail or two. You don't need the cattails really early in the game B-Up if you're playing on anything other than Interloper. But man, cattails, they are the Interloper's bread and butter. Not only can you get the cattail head, which is 150 calories, but you can get the cattail itself, which is a piece of tinder. And that's really good when your fire making is low, so you don't have to break down tinder. Oh my god, thank you, Bartleby G! How you doing, Bartleby G? How's it going, my friend? Rumor has it after day 500 you can get a sleigh and 8 deer to travel. That is not true, Cuckoo Clock, but it would be an interesting thing.
Wait.
See, you know how they always do they've done in the past, they've done the Halloween event for Long Dark? I want, and I hope they do this one year since they're going to do DLCs, I want a Christmas DLC. I want a Christmas DLC where it's only during auroras. Auroras are very frequent, but during auroras, certain trees light up with Christmas lights, and the deer and the moose are still out, but they light up with, like, their noses light up, and like, the moose will have, his antlers will have, lights in it. And under certain trees that are lit up with Christmas lights, you'll find little presents left by Santa Claus. That include things like figgy pudding and maybe a fruit cake. That would be so freaking cool. And then the other thing I want is you'll never see it, but if you're inside at night, sometimes you'll hear sleigh bells. Or maybe hoofs on the roof. Like hoofs scratching on the roof. And if you hear that, when you wake up in the morning, you may find a present by the fireplace. But that only happens in buildings that have fireplaces. So only in buildings that have fireplaces can that happen. That would be so fun. And they could maybe make some story around it, like the Adventure of Christmas, or, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. In the end, it's the Dark Walker just having fun at Christmas time. Who knew? I actually posted up my picture of the Dark Walker on Twitter the other day. Because I found a clip of him where I actually killed myself to the Dark Walker. and he shows up at the end and he's like, ah! Which is really cool. But that would be cool if we had like a Christmas themed Long Dark. There's so many things they could do. And that's what makes me really excited. So they, RAF just announced today, in about 10 days, we're going to get a patch that's going to have a few hot fixes and quality of life improvements. And then at the end of September, they're going to be putting out another dev diary that'll have some more information on the DLCs and I guess a teaser of a name of one of the DLCs coming up. So, hang on to your hats, boys and girls. It's starting. I knew it was going to be end of this year before we'd see a lot more from him. I don't know if it's from the new head or not. But yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. He just said a dev diary was coming out end of September. So I'm excited to see what it is. Very excited to see what it is. So, hang on to your hats. Everything that we've been kind of anticipating for the last, I don't know, what, 9 months? Ever since episode 4 dropped, everything we've been anticipating is going to start rolling now. They've separated the survival and the story servers, so those two are no longer tied together. So now they'll be able to work solely on survival, solely on story, and hopefully they're working on their new project right now too, which I cannot wait to see what that is. I cannot wait to see what that is. Personally, whatever their new project is, what I'm hoping for, which I think would be really cool, no matter what it is, I'm hoping that whatever their new project is, it actually has a progression of seasons. I'd love to see a progression of seasons in a game that they put together, where you actually have a summer, fall, winter, spring, and you actually have to do things differently in each of the seasons, and certain things are available in some seasons that aren't in other seasons. You have to have certain clothing prepared for certain seasons. It'd be really cool. I'd also like to see him put in some way like of actually having growing things in the growing seasons. I think that would be really super neat. Well, they're supposed to be fixing some bugs, Rock. I don't know. He said it was quality of life. He said it was quality of life, and let's see. Let me see if I can find that tweet from him. Oops. He said it was let's see. Dev team will be releasing a quality of life update with about 10 or so bug fixes sometime next week. So I don't know if quality life means they're adding anything. But yeah. Yep, there we go. Thank you. That's it right there. So yeah, I'm excited. I think 2023 is going to be a big year. Here's my prediction, boys and girls. 2023 is going to be a big year of change for Long Dark. I think in 2023, we're going to see the expansion pass and DLCs. I think by the end of 2023, I was hoping by the end of this year, but I doubt it. I think by somewhere in 2023, we're going to see them wrapping up the story mode and ending with Chapter 5. I think they're going to announce or probably tease whatever new project they're working on. So I think there's going to be a lot of exciting... I think 2023 is just going to be huge for Long Dark. There's just going to be a lot of stuff going on that's going to be stuff that we can, you know, look forward to, have fun with, and really sink our teeth into. I want to play this game, but I just did not want another solo play game. Yeah, see, and that's the thing too, Kang Pirate, is that for me, solo play is what I like. I enjoy solo play more from the freedom that I can just sit here and riff with you guys, talk to y'all, have fun. I don't have to pay attention to what other people are doing or worry about what I'm doing affecting them. We can just sort of chill. and have fun and sort of get the, you know, sure, there's some games I play that are a little more intense that I really get focused on, but those are more the exception than the rule that I like to play. I'm going to drop the... That's cured. Did I grab all... I grabbed all cured stuff, didn't I? Yes, I did. I get that, but you always can play solo. Well, yeah. I just really enjoy solo play. For me, solo play is like the best. It's the best around. In December 2022, I would expect a new map. In 2023, the first DLC and new gameplay mechanic. End of 2023, February 2024, story mode wrap up. Yeah, see, what I'm looking for, what I'm thinking now, Rock, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're going to do something special for Halloween this year. I think that's maybe what they're working on right now. Getting that ready to go for the end of whatever, October. I don't know. I don't know if they're actually going to release a new map this year. I think they may just... If they do anything, I think they're going to push any new content for Long Dark into the DLCs. That's what I'm kind of getting the sneaking suspicion of. Is that they're gonna start that they're ramping up to they're ramping up to the expansion pass thing, and I think that they're ramping up to it. I think that might be what they're doing, is they're getting that ready to go. So, you know, and I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to see one more free map for all of us before the DLCs. That'd be cool. And I think they may well do that. I'm just thinking that it's going to be the last free map we see if there is one. And like you said, I think it's going to come out in December. So if there is one, it's going to come out in December. It's going to be free. Starting next year, they're going to start the expansion pass, paid DLCs, and then they'll be probably having something every quarter that they put out, adding to the game. And maybe they'll just be small things, maybe they'll be big things, who knows. So I like it as well. I just want more survival game my wife and I can play. Guess that's what's me. Well, have you played Keg Pirate? Have you guys done Green Hell? That's a really good co-op one. Green Hell's decent. Raft is really geared towards co-op play. Trying to think what else. State of Decay 2 is actually pretty fun too. I mean, that's more of a more involved game, but that's a pretty fun one too. They're doing Raft now. Nice. Hey, Atheenon, hello, hello. Co-op would be fun in this game. I will agree to disagree with you on that, Rip Ripper. And part of the charm of this game is you have no one to depend on but yourself. There's no one coming to your rescue. There's no one to pick you up. There's no one to do anything for you except you. And I don't know with co-op how that would work as far as like, I don't know how that would work as far as like permadeath. They'd probably have to make some mode of non-permadeath where your fellow player could pick you up. I just don't know how it would work mechanically very well. But and I honestly would never play. But I know they're coming. I know that there's a mod out there for co-op play. I don't know how well it works or how functional it is with the updates they're doing. But once the game's like complete, I'm sure it'll work a lot better. Athens chat, a huge thank you to the person who gifted me a tier 1 while I was offline. Well, I'm sure that they're very pleased they gave you one, Athedrin. And also, tomorrow, Athedrin, I will actually be streaming, just for everybody who know, everybody's here. Tomorrow morning, I will be starting at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be streaming some Long Dark, some Escape the Pacific, and I might even jump back into some survival, youth, Fountain of Youth tomorrow as well. Jamie with a 9-month resub. Thank you for that 9 Beautiful months. Jamie, our Twitch baby has now arrived. The check's in the mail, my friend.
22 just resubscribed
Be up.
for 9
Thank you for the
months.
follow as well.
Power in the verse
So
can stop
currently
me.
we are in the cave in Timberwolf Mountain. This is the bear's cave. We killed the bear just a little bit ago, so he's not gonna be back up for a while. Ephedrine, if you go to your subscriber tab in Twitch, if you go to your subscriber tab in Twitch, you can actually see who it was. If you go down to let's see, where's my... There. If you go down to subscriptions, you can go look at gifted subs. Like right now, I have 2 gifted subs. I have one from Nick Starfield to Alu Spirit Wolf, and I have one from Magic Panda to Dead Oryx. So you can actually see who gifted you the subs. So, there you go. You can see who gifted you the subs, and there you are. And then you can also click on that, see who you're subbed to as well, and manage all of that there as well. So there you go. There you are. The Long Dark multiplayer mod works pretty well, but once someone dies, you need a special med kit, and there's like 8 to 10 on every region, but they don't tell you where. Oh, you found out who it was. Okay, awesome. I love Fountain of Youth solo. Fountain of Youth is really fun. I think, didn't they just add some stuff to it, Keg Pirate? I was on Steam. I'm just chilling because I don't want to sleep yet. Yeah, Survival Fountain of Youth right now, boys and girls, by the way, is free to play. It's free to play Survival Fountain of Youth. It's a very fun game. The demo is very expansive. Today we reveal one more island located in survival. Welcome to Windy Island. Oh, they didn't add that in. That's just a thing. So they did a patch on the 2nd. Oh, they did another update to the demo. Oh, snap. New island to explore. Storm mechanics. Other minor changes. We know that by now some of you have probably explored each and every corner of Island of Hope. So we decided to add some more content to encourage you to sail and explore the global map a bit more. Welcome to Coconut Island, a relatively small island full of coconut palms, hence the name. Crabs, fish, and tons of coconuts. At least hunger won't be an issue. You can also find some rare resources like agave and aloe on the island. On the island, there's an ancient dwelling revealing some details of the history of these territories and some short-eared dogs that like you so much. One important part of this patch is storms. Now, while sailing on the global map, you can get caught in a storm. The main goal is to follow the marker, navigate between rocks, and get out without completely wrecking your vessel. It's not an easy task, so prepare to test your sailing skills. You may also remain at your initial location and wait it out, but this way you won't receive any experience when the storm ends. There's also one more important alteration. We're reworking the global map, so there have been some changes to Santa Maria and is now located to the right from Rocky Island, or Lonely Rock. That's all for now. Oh, so there's a new patch. Ooh! Well, I may just jump the gun and play Survival Fountain of Youth tonight. There's a new patch? Oh my goodness. Well, you know, the multiplayer mod is available. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how good it is. It sounds like, you know, it's not bad. So there you go. I never played Salt. I never played Salt, so. Salt. Yeah, I never played Salt. Is Salt complete?
I need something to drink.
I need something to drink. Is Salt a complete game at this point or not? I started a new Voyager, spawned an AC, made full use of my predator-free 24 hours, and ran to get the crampons and bag, came out of the mine, moose attack, shot it with the hunting rifle, came to the cave, Timberwolf Mountain, bear attack, also took care of him. Currently chilling in Mountaineer's hut waiting for the hide secure, almost died 4 times, only almost died 4 times. Well, that's not bad. A mode without passive wildlife makes for so much more of a challenge. Yes, it is. Yes. The passive wildlife kind of unprepares you. The first one. Second one is beta. The first one is complete, I think. Yeah, Salt is on here. I see Sea Salt. There's Salt and Sanctuary. Oh, Salt 2, Shores of Gold. Oh, Salt 2, Shores of Gold. I see. Yeah, I never played that. Open world pirate game. Exploration, survival, and crafting. That looks kind of interesting. That's a freebie. Go pick it up, guys. So that's is it pretty good? Oh yeah, I have a bearskin on me right now, Case Jameer, and I have a bearskin back at the Mountaineers hut already. So, oh yeah, bearskin bedroll's on the docket, my friends. That's one reason I wanted to sleep out here instead of going to the Mountaineers hut yesterday, is I didn't want to get to the Mountaineers hut and sleep in there. Project Zomboid, you know, I have played that. I'm not a big isometric view person. The game, Martin, has some great qualities. My brain cannot function with isometric view for some reason. It's not that it's a bad game, I just can't. I have a hard time with that. I had a hard time with it with Don't Starve. I had a hard time with it in Flame in the Flood. I had a hard time in it in Final Frontier. Not Final Frontier. What was the other one? Not Final Frontier. Above Snakes. I liked Above Snakes, but again, the isometric view makes my brain just go fuzzy for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, Project Zomboid has a big following, and it looks like a really good game. Lots of stuff. My brain is wired weird. Yep. Yep, you had the same problem at first. Yeah, it's just, I played... So, Martin, my gaming experience growing up was pretty much Atari 2600. Atari 2600 and arcade games. And then I took a long break from games for a long period of time because I got married, had kids, had a career, had tons of other stuff going on during the 90s. And then in the year 2000, I discovered EverQuest, which was either first person or a over-the-shoulder third-person view. And I played those. I got really used to how that looked. Got real comfortable playing those kind of games. Played some Halo 1, Halo 2, which are both first-person. Played Knights of the Old Republic, which is sort of a third-person type game. Then I got out of video games for a while. Played a lot of EverQuest still, though, but other than that, I didn't really play a lot. And then I took about a 5-year break from games. Between about 20... Well, I stopped playing EverQuest in 2014, started playing... So it was only 2 years. Started streaming in 2016. I started streaming with EverQuest and EverQuest 2. And then I got into Long Dark. And for me, the first-person, third-person type games, that's just sort of my jam. That's sort of my comfort zone. And I don't mind games like State of Decay 2 has a very good like panning camera. It's over your shoulder. You kind of can see what's going on. It reminds me a lot of EverQuest with zombies, basically. I mean, that's a really simplistic way to look at it, but sort of like an EverQuest with zombies. And then most of the games you'll see me play, most of them are first person. Unless it's like a building game like the Final Frontier game, which is more of like, that's sort of like Frostpunk, where you kind of pan out, look around, build things, manage things. I actually enjoyed Final Frontier quite a bit. You survived the gas in Black Rock? Woo! Heck yeah! There's some meat out here too. And there's another cured black bear hide there. Look at that. And look at that. And look at all these guts we got, boys and girls. More deer hides than I can shake a stick with. Stick at. Than I can shake a stick with. Icarus first most of the time. Yeah, I usually go first person on Icarus too. I've tried the third person. I use it just a little bit. Just a little bit here and there, but not very often. Oh wow, I can't even put that many in there. Wow. I can't even put all my birch in there. That's how much.
Barely walk with this.
How much birch I have. For me, it's pictures and in third. Put those in there. Got the bear skins. Got all the deer skins. Got all my guts. Woo! Look at all that stuff we got, boys and girls. Holy macaroni. Got a lot of teas and coffees, too. And I got some water here. Nice. And I got another toque here. Got another toque. Oh, I can repair that. Yeah! Another repair skill up. I'm gonna drop that. Drop that. I'm gonna drop my pry bar. Drop my hacksaw. Double hacksaw. Is the Mountaineer's Hut's so popular because it's that great, or because it's the only real shelter in Timberwolf? It's a great. I think one of the reasons it's so popular is that it's a really good jump off point to go do just about anything. It's sort of centrally located between It's centrally located between Timberwolf, between Ash Canyon and Pleasant Valley, so you can go either way from it. And it just has a lot of versatility to it. There's a shed out there that you can fish at. There's a bear cave right down the way. There's actually two bears. There's one bear. There's one bear up the river. There's one bear over there. The moose spawns either back there or over by the forest, which we'll go over there and see if we can get the moose. You got cattails on the lake. You got fishing on the lake. There's sometimes wolves out there and deer that you can hunt. There's rabbits that spawn right and back over here. It's just a really good place. It's got a crafting table. You can craft in here at night, because technically it's outdoors, yet it's still indoors. So you can craft in here at night. So there's a lot of good things about this place. A lot of good things about it. It's a great place to store a lot of stuff as well, because you can always come back here and get it. Like, I'm gonna store a bunch of my matches here for right now. We'll just take 24. We got a fire striker and a mag lens with us, so what do we have here? We have 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 70, 80, 96, 96, 100. We have 120 matches on us right now. Hey, Miss Candela! Hello, hello! Good news, Miss Candela. I'm going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to start streaming at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. You did miss the trip to the summit. You'll have to go catch the VOD. It's up on Twitch right now, or up on YouTube right now. But yes, we did already go to the summit and back. We got all of our good stuff at the summit. We actually got an extra emergency stem. I'm gonna keep the birch bark with me. I think all the teas I'll just leave here. I'll take a couple. That just drops our weight a lot. But yes, we did make it to the summit and back. And then I'm gonna leave. Cause I just I like to collect them if I can. I like to collect my boxes of crackers, so. Been testing solar panel lamps today. Oh, cool. Did you find any that you liked? So what happens when it gets dark out? I know, I'm just kidding. The sensors are rubbish. Alright, so we got the coffee on us. Oh, I can drop these hats and stuff here too. I'm gonna drop that one. Drop that. Repair that. That hat on. Look at that, we're actually collecting a few toques and stuff. That's the sad thing. I'll probably never ever wear these ear wraps again. I don't have the heart to destroy them. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could sacrifice weight and get up to 27 degrees, but honestly, the 5 kilos and the crampons, I just find way more valuable. It's just me, I know, but I just find them way more valuable. I know some people like to just carry the crampons and put them on before they climb, but I don't know. I hate having to fight sprains every once in a while. So a bit disappointing. When it's dark, it uses batteries. I know. I was just being silly. You know, Miss Cadell, I was thinking of it sort of like, you know how you have those solar powered calculators that when there's no light they just don't work. But in fact, it won't turn on before dark when sensors are activated. But I'm really annoyed how blind they are. What are they blind to? Is it like, are they like motion sensitive? I live off grid on solar and windmill. Nice. I wish I could do that, but I'm in Oregon and I'm in a big city, so that's kind of hard to do. Destroying wool toques and ear wraps is blasphemy. It kind of is. Kind of is. It's motion sensors. Oh yeah, sometimes those can just be rubbish. Sometimes the motion sensors just don't. They don't pick up unless they're like. For some reason, it always seems motion sensors are one of two ways. They're either super sensitive, so a fly flies in front of it, it goes woo, and it's like, hello world, or, you know, it almost takes like the Incredible Hulk to walk in front of it before it recognizes anything. It's like it always seems to be one of two ways. There doesn't seem to be a lot of middle road on them, which kind of makes them garbage sometimes, in my opinion. It's like, oh, jeez Louise. Look at all that meat we got there from the bear. All right, let's go see if we can get the moose. Actually, I should probably check over here. I honestly can't remember if I checked for the moose over here on the way in or not. Let's look for moose marks. I tested some battery sensor lights too. Teeny tiny light lamps, and I'm actually impressed. Finally enough, 90% of stuff on the market use basically motion sensor. The only thing that's changed often is circuitry software that's running the logic. Oh, so it's maybe the circuitry and not the actual motion sensor that's causing it, is what you're saying. No, I don't see moose marks over here, so yeah, the moose is probably over on the other side. So you're in Central Oregon then, okay. Where's that other bunny rab? Ran off over there somewhere. Oh my goodness, why go outside for 44 big months? Woo! Thank you for that 44-month resub there. Appreciate that very, very much. But their batteries, so not really cheap over time. Motion sensor on the little buggers are good. So you sort of want to take the motion sensor from the one and put it on the other one, is what I'm hearing. Take the motion sensor off the crappy solar-powered motion sensor and replace it with the good one from the battery power. Hey, if you were adept at doing that, that would be awesome. I found out the wolf doesn't come up here anymore. There was a period where the wolf would actually come into the hut. Rogue, how you doing? Greetings to Ireland. and all of our Irish crew. How you doing, Rogue? Grab a couple pieces of meat. I don't actually need it. I'm going to pick up cattails. I forgot about that. I'm going to go over here and get some cattails. That, like, TV flat screens are made by 3 companies, and it's the hardware from all the TV makers that's really the issue. It does seem to be very few people put out TVs anymore. I haven't bought a TV in a while though. Last one I got was nice. My TV I have now is nice. It's like a 52-inch Roku enabled TV. I like it because it lets me watch YouTube and all that stuff. I don't even have cable. I cut the cable cord a long time ago. Then I just bounce around to the different streaming services and watch what I want, and then move on to the next one. So I installed a tiny one near the litter box to Kitty outdoors because it's so dark in that corner. Kitty likes it. He went activating them for the heck of it several times. Just went over there and went, I want it on. Or he hates them and walks away. I recommend the latest video about dash cams by Linus Tech Tips. They really hit the nail on the head of the state of electronics industry. It's really perfect explanation for the problem at hand. Well, go check out Linus Tech Tips. I am not a very big tech guy, Ephedrine, so I would probably find it a huge snooze fest for myself, but that's just me. I've never been a techie. I like what technology does for me, and my eyes glaze over on all the rest. And I know I shouldn't be that way, but I'm an old curmudgeon. Can't change my stripes at this point, I guess, so. Weren't you into Samsung? TV before my son was born predates 2007. In the end, it all starts sounding kind of gobbledygook to me cool after a while, where I'm just like, okay, you're talking about chip and bit rate and this and that, and I'm just like, I have no idea what any of that is. Thank God I have kids who know technology, because they can help me out. I mean, I can barely get my stream working most days. Got to the forge, Interloper, made arrows, got caught out in the night trying to harvest a deer, and a wolf bit my face off, made 18 days, then I died. Oh, well, you're getting there, Rogue. That's awesome. 18 days is nothing to sneeze at, my friend. I think only, what is it, only 2% or 5% of the players of Long Dark have a day in Interloper. So you're doing pretty dang good right there, buddy. Doing pretty dang good right there.
My fingers feel numb.
I wish I could do solar panels and do my own thing, but I'm like, Atheenon, not techie, yeah. I'm just not techie. Well, and for me, I wish I could do something like that, but I live in the city, I live in an apartment. Unless the apartment complex decides to do that. You're trying Zach's experiment. Nice! Yeah, a lot of people participated in that. I'm super happy that he was able to get so many varying, not only varying people playing it, but varying, skill levels and stuff. Which is great, because I think that'll give him a very good cross-section for whatever. I mean, I still have no idea what he's doing with all the info, but it will give him a very good cross-section of information for what he wants to find out. And by the way, boys and girls, if you don't know who we're talking about, Style Zach has a YouTube channel. Go check it out. He's got a lot of good videos up there, good clip videos, good informational videos. Really awesome dude. So go, and I've been involved in a couple of different projects with him, just kind of helping him out with, helping him out like with that challenge, and then just, letting him use clips and stuff like that. So been helping him out with that, and he's been helping me out too, because I get a lot of people who come over and go, hey, I saw you on Style Zach's channel, I wanted to come check you out. So So you know, it's a good symbiosis. A good symbiosis. So go give him a sub on YouTube. It costs you nothing. It's just like a follow here on Twitch. Go give him that subby love. Oh, he's not getting your info. You're just doing it for you. Oh, okay, gotcha. Zach's videos are awesome. Yeah, he's a very good YouTuber, boys and girls. I have YouTubes on video, or I have YouTubes on video. I have, well, there's a boomer moment. I have videos on YouTube, but I am not a YouTuber. I don't edit. I don't know about editing things. I've tried it in the past, and the stuff comes out okay. I mean, it's not awful, but I just don't have the patience or the willingness. So there's the moose marks right there, baby. I don't have the skills or the patience to do it. So I really appreciate people who are very skilled at doing the whole YouTube thing and getting stuff, you know, edited and made, and it's just like, it blows my mind. It freaking blows my mind how good they are. I mean, yes, my YouTube channel has been ever, my YouTube channel has been bigger than I ever thought it would be, because honestly, when I started YouTube, it was just as a lark. It was like, okay, I gotta do this because I'm streaming on Twitch and I want to have stuff with that. Oh, I forgot my hacksaw. God dang it! I forgot this was out here. Summon a lich, man. Yeah, everybody's got, yeah, exactly. Everybody's got their skills in different areas. I'm more on the creative side, but not on the technical side. I'm a system administrator. I'm no good with YouTube, but I administrate a handful of servers and about 50 users. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, everybody's got different skills. I think that's the thing that's so wonderful, especially that you'll see across Twitch and across different platforms, is everybody's kind of got their own skills, their own fields of expertise that they're good at, and just because somebody's good at one thing doesn't necessarily mean they're good at everything, but it gives us a chance to all have our own little niche of things that we're good at. And for me, I love the streaming side. I don't like so much the social media side or like the editing side or anything like that. I wanted this year to really get more into the editing, and then my life just kind of fell apart the beginning part of this year, and I just was going through a lot of stuff, and it just never happened. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. I'm an engineer. I built my own computer. I'm about to build my own solar station. Love it. Yeah, and see, Rogue, Rogue, I am so freaking jealous when you say something like that. I'm just like, damn, I want to be able to do that. I just know, I can read directions on how to put an IKEA piece of furniture together, but no. I actually go on your YouTube because I missed so much of your streams because of the time zone. It gives me a chance to catch up. Well, there you go. See, and that's the other reason I do it, Ovi, is as I put the stuff up there, not only to have an archive, but because I know that I have a wide audience over many different countries, and YouTube offers them the experience to go there, see my stuff, catch up on things, maybe poke around and see some other games I've got, you know, whatever. You know, so it gives them a chance to get some experience with that as well, which is freaking awesome. YouTube is a very useful tool for Twitch streamers, and honestly, I think one of the biggest things I tell anybody who's starting on Twitch is, if you want to build an audience, start learning how to edit some video and edit up some of your videos of streams, put them on YouTube, and make them like 15-20 minutes long. Make them funny moments, scary moments, whatever you want, oh my god moments, and utilize that as a tool to drive people to your stream, because it will drive people to your stream. So yeah, that's the thing is like it's a good tool. Now, longer format stuff has sort of become a little more in vogue on YouTube, especially with like people streaming on YouTube and stuff. The longer format stuff has started to come a little more into fashion than it was. It used to be like, oh, don't make a video over 10 minutes on YouTube because nobody has the attention span for that. Well, yes and no. That kind of migrated all over to TikTok, where nobody has an attention span greater than a goldfish. And I think that people are craving more of a longer format experience as well. So I think that pays off both here on Twitch as well as on YouTube now. So, oh geez, tater tot casserole. Oh, I love tater tot casserole. He was doing some. Oh really? Oh really? He's gonna run away like that? But I have an arrow with your name on it right here. Come back. How you doing, Legend? Hope you're having a good one, my friend. There he is. He's gonna bounce off trees here too. Yep, he bounced right. You see him bounce off that tree? He bounced right off that tree. He was like, hello. Now, if the moose shows up here, I'll show you a little thing here, but I'm gonna catch up on chat real quick. Building computers when 286 CPUs were the hottest thing. I found 2 Polaroids in this cave on my last run. Really? That's crazy. I've never found one there. Never found one there. My girlfriend's dad is a number cruncher for his day job. Every piece of furniture needs put together, or he changed something. So I'm setting on his PC, phone, TV, microwave, oven, car. He calls me for help. It's quite a useful skill to make short videos. It is cool. It is. And that's what I recommend people do if you're starting on Twitch. Learn how to make short form videos on YouTube. It'll help your channel a lot. I wish I had known then what I know now, because I probably would have done things a little differently. But, you know, what can you do? Then he uses Excel sheets that he deems easy, while I don't even understand one formula. By the way, how you doing, Legend? Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Man, I feel so bad on my travel. I messed up when the wolf got me. Have to take a break for a day or two. Oh yeah, that'll get you down. Don't let it get you down though, Rogue. The best way to get back up from it is just get back up from it. Start a new move. Start a new game. Yeah, move to a new place. I just need to get my office and comp set up. Hope you've been doing well. I've been doing great, Legend. I've been doing awesome. I've always been a jack of all trades. I even do most repairs on my vehicle. I'm good with mechanical stuff like that. I can do basic repairs on vehicles. I got dead, yeah. So this is a great place to hunt the moose from. He cannot get you up here. You can shoot him and he'll just run away. And you can just jump down then. But he cannot reach you on that log. So if you want to hunt the moose over here, there you go. That's the easiest, the most surefire way to do it. Most surefire way to do it is from that little position right there. Wing!
Can't feel my hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over here. Hey, Golly Rachel, how you doing? Is there a moose spawn in Coastal Highway? Yes. The moose spawns in Coastal Highway, cool, only at the garage. He's always at the garage. He never ever is anywhere else. And he leaves no markings there. It's one of the couple of places in the game that there's never markings for the moose. You got a moose in the garage, and by the garage, and the moose by the Carter Hydro Dam, or no, by the Trapper's Cabin doesn't leave marks either. Me, who found out the hard way that it's possible to have two moose spawn at the same time in a region. Yep. There's a couple regions that can do that. Black Rock can do that. Bleak Inlet can do that. Ash Canyon can do that. Mystery Lake can actually do that. You can actually have two moose spawns in Mystery Lake. You can get the moose at, say, the Carter Hydro Dam, or over by the are over by the cabin there by the unnamed pond, and then you can also have the moose spawn at the you can also have them spawn at the trapper's cabin too. Hugged the wall and found the three-way cave in the blizzard. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Timberwolf Mountain's a great little zone. I personally love Timberwolf Mountain. I think Timberwolf is highly underrated. Sometimes there's a body up there. I want to check and see if the body was up there or not. Is that a wolf over there? No, it's a stump. It's a stump wolf, boys and girls. You got to watch out for those. The stump wolves are a wily breed. Stump wolves will sneak up on you and they'll eat you when you aren't looking. We're actually, speaking of the three-way cave, we're going to head to the three-way cave right now. Because the moose isn't up, so we're going to explore. We're going to go to the three-way cave and get our matches, get our little gear that's there, and then we're going to head to the cave that's right above that's right there by the three-way cave and go through that. Because we haven't been through that cave yet, so we'll get our coal from that cave. Still only at 40 kilos, so. Plus, there's a cave right up here we can sleep in, which is always nice, so. We might even get the bear. Yep, we might even get the bear. I actually fell off this log one time. So this is Echo Canyon, and there is the entrance to that's the entrance to Ash Canyon, and then down there is the engine that has the crate by it.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Yeah, you are, buddy, but we got a cave right up here that we're gonna go rest in. Good Lord. People are tweeting like crazy today. I'm glad I have my phone on silent, though. That's very nice. Let's see if we can hit a rabbit. If you can hit a rabbit, let's see. Let's wait till one sits still for a second. Way too short. Way too long. Damn, I'm missing everything. Thank you for the clip there. Oh man, he turned right at the last freaking minute, you little bastard. All I want is some dinner for the night. I love how it names the clip. Glorious Poor Beaver Peanut Butter Jelly Time. That's a good name for a clip. I'm still finding it hard with food. I get all the cattails, but still. Yeah, the biggest problem, Rogue, is especially if you're surviving on cattails for the first part of the game. The other thing you want to look for is deer carcasses that you can harvest and get meat from. The ravine is really good for that. You also want to use rocks on a lot of rabbits. Get lots of rabbits because they'll give you a little bit of food. Don't harvest. Maybe harvest a couple of hides from them, but the hides are kind of a touchy thing because if you harvest the hide in the gut, it'll probably not yield you back many calories overall. It's sort of a net neutral thing. The biggest thing is just start learning where your cattails are. The main reason I usually do a Forlorn Muskeg forge for my first forge is that'll make me go through Mystery Lake. I can pick up all the cattails there I want. I'll have tons of cattails in Forlorn as well. And then by the time I get back, hopefully I'll be able to make a hatchet or make a knife, make my arrowheads. And then by the time I get back from there, I usually at that point have the ability to make a bow and arrow, and then I can go into a previously mentioned ravine, kill myself a couple of deer, and then I've got my starting food going on. That's the thing, is that you just sort of have to at that point start, because usually by the time I have the bow and arrow made, to be honest, I'm running low on food too. I'm running out of cattails because I never starve myself, and so I'm running out of cattails, and at that point I need to, you know, get something. My son decided college wasn't for him, at least for now. A lot of kids realize that, BK. I honestly think, and this is no shade thrown at teachers or anything, because they're doing what they think's best.
Too tired to
But I honestly think a lot of kids are given some bad advice when they're told, if you don't go to college, you'll never make it anywhere in the world. If you don't graduate with a degree, you're never going to be able to be successful. Which is a lie. It just is. It purely is.
It's getting dark out here.
There's
Time to look
certain
for
things,
shelter.
yes, there are certain things you need to go to college for. Certain things you need to go to college for. But trade schools are begging for people to come and join them. Trade schools are begging for people to come sign up for their stuff for electricians, for plumbers, for, craftsmen. Those sort of trades are dying to get people into them. And those jobs pay really good. Yes, they are not the sit in an office in a suit, pushing paperwork for 8 hours a day. They're not the most glamorous of jobs, but generally they pay really well, and there's always going to be a need for them. There's always going to be a need for them. And that's the thing, is that a lot of people, stick up their nose at him and go, well, I'm too good for that kind of a job. That's not really a job for me. And it's like, you know what? They pay pretty darn good. They pay pretty dang good. Yeah, we're getting low on those too. That's the thing. We're getting low on those. People don't know how to do that stuff anymore because for the last, well, since I've been in high school, so since 1988, because I was told in high school, oh, you need to go to college if you're going to be successful. If you don't go to college, there's just no way you can succeed in the world. College wasn't for me. I went to college for 2 years to try it out. Because I was like, okay, I didn't know what I wanted to do coming out of high school. I liked to work, but I didn't really like a whole lot of stuff. And so I came out of high school, and I didn't know really what I wanted to do. And so I was like, okay, I sort of liked I sort of like drawing and that sort of stuff in high school, so I'll go for architectural drafting, which I figured out about a year and a half in. Architectural drafting was not for me. Just not my, it wasn't my thing. Oh shoot, they're gone. Oh god, the water was already boiled, wasn't it? So I figured out really early that wasn't for me.
Not sure why I feel
And and I'm glad I did, because I could have wasted a lot of time in it. But I was told all through high school, oh, you need to go to college if you're going to get a great, great job or whatever. And it's like, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, especially because, honestly, I know it sounds weird, but I actually really enjoy working in retail. I know that sounds weird, but I actually really enjoy working in retail. I've enjoyed it all my life. I enjoyed it from the time I started working in a comic book shop to the job that I have now at the tobacco shop. I've always enjoyed that sort of stuff. I enjoy dealing with people. So, hey. And everybody's going to be different. Some people love to do that. So, I know people who hate retail. That's like their worst freaking nightmare is doing retail. And I get it. Retail's not for everybody. We had a guy who worked for us about a year ago. He did not have the temperament for retail. He had the temperament for like working in a warehouse somewhere or something, but he did not have a temperament for dealing with customers at all. And he quit because of that. He actually came to my boss and he was like, I really enjoy working here. I really enjoy, I enjoy how my schedule is set, because we have set schedules where I work. There's no deviation from your schedule. You have the same days every week as long as you work with us, unless you take a different shift. So there's no set schedules, full-time work. He's like, I love everything about it. I'm just not made for dealing with people. And my boss is like, I get it. I understand it. Retail, I didn't peg you as a masochist. Well, I enjoy retail. I enjoy stocking shelves. I enjoy helping customers out. I enjoy helping customers find what they're looking for. Working through their, hey, well, what are you looking for? I like selling people stuff. Because they come back and they're like, hey, you helped me out so much last time. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. To me, it's a small way of making a positive difference in somebody's life. So, hey. And we all get stuff. We all get stuff different out of different jobs. I mean, some people are very isolated. They like to work alone. They don't want to deal with people. Like my best friend, her ideal job is working from home and never having to see another person. I enjoy inventory a lot. I enjoy inventory a lot. I enjoy stocking the shelves, making sure they all look nice, going through everything and making sure it's all stocked properly, it's all full, facing everything forward. Yes, I have a little OCD. Oh, but she loves it, Alma. She loves it. She loves working from home, not having to deal with the office politics and stuff. I was never an office person either. I hate office politics. I think it's all a bunch of backstabbing little petty people. And I face a little bit of that at work sometimes. But, what can you do? I just have a little bit. I hate office politics. Oh, people at my work, back when I first started, I've been working there now for 15, going on 16 years. And when I started there, I was a clerk like everybody else. I mean, it was nothing big. And, I did my job, I did it well. And I got moved up to being, a manager position came open. So I got moved up to being one of the opening managers for the store. So I opened the store, did the books, and all that sort of stuff, checked in orders, and all that sort of stuff. And then one of the gals in the office downstairs, she went on to do something else. And so we offered me the office job downstairs where I was basically in charge of ordering products, receiving products, and just kind of making sure things were all coordinated, building records for all the different products at the stores and that sort of stuff. So it took me sort of out of the retail end. And then the guy who did our deliveries quit. And so he moved me into doing part office, part delivery stuff. And then the main office gal, she quit. So I moved into her job and started doing the books, doing the payroll, doing orders, doing the deliveries. So my job just kept getting more and more inclusive, more and more expanded, which I didn't mind because I always liked the challenge. I always liked having something added on extra. So, for me it was fun. And now I'm doing what I do, and I love it. I love what I do. I mean, I wouldn't do anything else. It gives me very flexible job hours, because pretty much I have to show up at certain times, make sure certain things are done, and beyond that I get to set my own hours. So it's pretty damn awesome. And I make a good living at it too. I've been able to make a good living at it. So it's like, if you work hard and you're willing to take the crappy shifts, that's the thing I always tell people who want to work in retail. And they complain to me about, oh, I'm not moving up fast enough or not. And I'm like, okay, well, here's several things you want to make sure you're doing if you want to move up in retail. You need to offer to cover shifts that are not necessarily yours, that are going to be kind of crappy shifts that nobody else is going to take. You want to go above and beyond and stock things and do things that you're not being asked to do, because believe it or not, bosses will notice that. They will notice that. And you know, the rewards for it are not going to be immediate. You're not immediately going to get rewarded for it. But it's all about building up a persona in a workplace where when the boss is down on his luck and he's looking around for somebody who can fill a position that he's been trying to fill for a while and he can't find anybody good to do it, he'll be like, "Oh, remember Joe? He covered like some crappy overnight shifts that I had. I remember he was willing to step up and do that. Maybe I'll offer him this position and a little more money." You know? I know it sounds very, like, hopeful, and a lot of people are, like, down on retail. They're like, oh, retail, they always stick it to the little guy, and it's like, yeah, you know, that may be your personal experience with it, but honestly, most of the people that I've seen that have had that experience, they have nobody to blame for that but themselves. Because honestly, they want to do as little as possible and just show up and get a paycheck. And that's honestly what we're getting as most of our employees. We just had another employee just today, just no show, no call, just didn't show up for work. Didn't show up for just didn't show up for their shift. We had a manager about 2 weeks ago that just suddenly, just overnight, just quit her job. Didn't show up, nothing. That's the last we heard or saw of her for a week and a half. Until she wanted her check. Oh, I tell my boss all the time, God, it must be nice to be independently wealthy, where you can just decide, I'm just gonna quit my job. I'm just gonna quit my job and, you know, go off and do something else. I could never in my wildest dreams imagine doing that. Yes, I have quit jobs before. But I've, you know, and yes, there was one job I quit when I was like 17 years old, where I just walked off the job. I told my boss, though, exactly what I was doing, and I told him right to their face why I was doing it. And it was because it was a crappy job, and they had given me like 15 extra, like, responsibilities and never offered me a dime more in pay. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I've given you every chance. I gave him like 4 or 5 months of doing it. Of going through it before I was just like, nope, I'm done. But I specifically went right to them and told them this is why I'm quitting. I just didn't ever show up. I just didn't ever, just like, not ever show up again. I started dishwashing in college, then by asking for more responsibility and doing extra jobs and running an 11-man line 5 months later. Exactly. That's what, oh, jeez Louise. 4 birch high, baby. Well, see, exactly. Thank you, Jamir, for the 100 bits, and yes, definitely 4 more birch hype. But see, that's exactly how you have to go about it if you want to be in that environment. And honestly, I mean, I'll tell you a story. Many years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, and my best friend, she won't mind telling me this story. Many years ago, my best friend was kind of in the position where she had a lot of crappy jobs. She was working at Petco. She had a lot of crappy jobs over the years. She had never really figured out what she wanted to do, which is a common position for a lot of people to be in. They just never quite get the feeling what they want to do. And she was whinging about how her job was very unsatisfying, that she was applying to a lot of places, nobody was getting back to her, and you know, I can be kind of a very blunt person sometimes. And I very bluntly, and she would always get annoyed at me at this too, because I would be like, well, you know, because she'd be like, you always, you know, you make me so mad, because you're like, if I lost my job tomorrow, I just go out and get another one. And I'm like, well, yeah, I would. And she's like, and I don't understand that. I've been applying for jobs for months, trying to get out of Petco, and I can't seem to find a job. And at this point, I was a little kind of fed up from hearing about it. But I was trying to be supportive. But I said, you know, I looked at her and I was like, well, you know, no, not trying to be a snarky asshole or anything, but what are your skills? What do you bring to the employer that's going to make them want to employ you? And she got pissed at me about that. She got pissed at me about that. Now, fast forward 6 years later, she got on with the place. I forget where it was. I can't even remember the name of it. But it was like a medical, it was like a medical filing position or something, real bottom of the rung ladder stuff, where she learned some skills with some different medical stuff, and you know, she learned a few computer things about how to, you know, file for people's medical insurance and things like that. And then for about 4 or 5 years, she was in that field. She was doing different things. She went to work for a place that managed money, and learned how to file paperwork with them. And then finally, this last, just about a year and a half ago, she got hired on as a referral coordinator. She is the only one. She is the referral coordinator for a medical facility, a medical provider. And she basically is in charge of making sure that people are referred properly to hospitals and clinics and all this other stuff. And she works from home now. She's getting a good wage. And now I have gone back now, and I've asked her, well, what's your skills? And she's like, well, I know how to do this. 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 And I'm like, if you lost your job tomorrow, what would happen? She's like, honestly, the one she's working for right now is a non-profit, and she really likes it because they work with they work helping transgender people get their surgeries and stuff. And she really enjoys it. It's really a passion of hers, and I'm really proud of her for it. And she really enjoys it. And she's like, I could go work at another place, and I'd probably get paid more if I lost my job tomorrow. And I'm like, exactly. And she's like, as much as I hate to say it, you were right. And it's like, it's not that I was right, it's just, you know, it's reality. When you have those skills and you know what your skills are, you can go find that job. You can probably get a better job than the one that you're at. If you have a passion to do the one you're at though, I always encourage you to do the passion before the money. Because honestly, the money's never going to be the end. The money will never make you happy. There's enough money where you're comfortable, and anything beyond that, unless you're hitting millionaire, multi-millionaire status, it's more of a tax headache than anything else. So, that's my little story. That's my little story. I know I probably whinged on way too much about that. I went on way too much about it, but... Rogue, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub there for 2 months. Thank you so much. But work hard, guys. Work hard, boys and girls. It will reward you eventually. It really will. Hard work is something that coming from a business where we don't see a lot of people, young people, coming in wanting to work very hard. It's hard to find people who will do that. It's hard to find people who will actually, like, come and work for you and be hard workers, and those people do get noticed. They do get noticed. Believe it or not. Especially, I mean, our company's small. We only have, like, 22 employees. But those employees that step it up, they are noticed. Oh, of course it's the summit photo. Of course it's the summit photo. Oh, wait a second. Is that the summit photo, or is that the photo for here? Yeah, enough money to be comfortable, then anything else has no effect on well-being. Exactly. Exactly. Just to give you an example, Slurpee, back in the 90s, I worked for an organization called the Oregonian, which is the local newspaper. This is back when newspapers were actually still, like, profitable. Back before they basically before they shat the bed and nobody cares about them anymore, because who wants to read yesterday's news when you can get the, you know, news from 15 minutes ago? But back then, it was a pretty profitable, oh god, am I stuck? Did I drop down into a stuck place? I haven't been stuck in, oh, we got out, okay. Back then, it was actually a pretty profitable business. And working as a distributor for the Oregonian, working as a distributor for the Oregonian, I was making 6 figures a year. I was making some pretty good money, and from my perspective, and for a single income, I was making some pretty good money. And those 10 years of my life that I worked for them were some of the most miserable years I've ever lived. I have actually deleted most of my memories of those years. Because it was that bad. I don't have a lot of good memories from those years. I really, truly don't. And I was so of the idea, that's when I quit that job and then I went to work for the company I work at now. I was making a third of the money I was making at the job I previously had, and I was 100 times happier. 100 times happier. So, yeah. Money doesn't always make you happy. This very old man yelling at the clouds vibe. Yes, it was. Thinking about learning a third language, didn't think to check EDX for some reason. Tater Tot Casserole King. Oh god, Tater Tot Casserole is freaking amazing. Well, I was in a bad marriage at the time too, so that didn't help either, Zombie Vamp. I was in a bad marriage, and I was not happy with my job. I was not happy with my life. I was overweight. I was eating unhealthy. Just a lot of things. A lot of things. It was a bad marriage, bad situation, the whole 9 yards. Whole 9 yards. I have to work on flight simulators, 54 hours. 54 at 54 an hour. But I love it so much, I'll do it for a quarter of the pay. Yeah. And honestly, Slurpee, when you find something that you love, the money just becomes a catalyst for you to keep enjoying the thing you love and not have to worry about all the rest of the crap in life. That's all it is. That's all it is. When you find something you absolutely love, all that money is that keeps the bill collectors at bay, allows you to have a few luxuries, and continue to be able to enjoy the job you have. It becomes not the focus of everything for you. Delete memories is a good skill. Oh, I deleted a lot of memories. Deleted a lot of memories from back then. I got 53 sticks on me, boys and girls. We're just gonna drop them all. Dropping them all. We even have a book on us. We got a book to start a fire with. We got 12 coal, 8 cedar. Look at all that wood. I think it's bear hunting time, boys and girls. I'm feeling like another bear. I'm feeling like a bear is just. I think a bear just got my name all over him out there. Ooh, I got this can of dog food. I forgot I found that, and a can and a thing of that there too. I wish I could delete some memories. I think it's more that I've just chosen to forget them. I cannot delete memories. I don't remember my childhood. Don't know what I was doing back then. I remember a lot of my childhood. I remember there's certain nice memories I have of my childhood, especially like out at the farm. Out with my cousins, my brother, the playhouse that we had in back. It's more spotty memories of my childhood than anything else. Mostly good memories of the childhood, though. Mostly good memories growing up.
I just need to close my eyes.
Oh, I know you're tired, buddy. We're gonna sleep for an hour or so. Farm life must be good. Oh, I had so much fun at the farm. We did a lot of work at the farm. There was a lot of hail baling and cow poop shuffling, but we had a lot of fun at the farm. A lot of fun at the farm, but you know, A lot of work too, but I think that's the thing is I learned a lot from working there because working out on the farm sort of taught me some good habits for later on in life. Because we got paid to work on the farm too. We got paid as kids to work on the farm. Sure, it was like 50 cents an hour, or $1 an hour, or 20 bucks for the day. 10 bucks for the day, or 5 bucks for the day. But we got paid to work on the farm, so it's not like we did it for free. But it made me really appreciate stuff. Picking berries made me really appreciate jobs. So that's the thing too, is like the whole thing with jobs is that I fear that we've grown into a society that just wants to be comfortable in their job and doesn't really care about enjoying their job. They just want to be comfortable. And so they settle for a job that they don't really enjoy because they're getting paid well enough to do it. That's why I'm not a huge believer in a high minimum wage. I think you should be encouraged to go out and get some skills and find a better job. Find something you love even. But that's just me. But yeah, picking berries made me never want to do that again. Working at Burger King for minimum wage made me never want to do that again. Working at North's Chuck Wagon for minimum wage, that's the job I walked off of, made me never want to work in food ever again. See, but people need to start being happier. We have a very depressed, sad society right now. Very depressed, sad society right at the moment. People need to try being a little happier, especially, people look at jobs as like, oh, well, I can't be happy at my job, it's a job. It's like, oh, well, yes, but you can be happy at your job too. You're gonna be at your job probably a third of your day. Third of your day, you're gonna be at your job. It's gonna suck if you're not happy for a third of your day. Beautiful day in Long Dark for day 100 plus. Yeah, we're on day 102 now. Minimum wage is a dangerous prospect. There's a better way, value added. Calculations are built in the tax system that can add tax breaks for companies actually paying employees what they're worth. Well, and that's the thing though. The whole thing about what they're worth. We are currently at the place I work at. We're a small, just to give you an example, we are a small tobacco company, or small tobacco retailer. We have 20 employees. We are offering $18 an hour. $18 an hour. $3 over minimum wage. We are offering $18 an hour to hire mouth breather cashiers. If you can fog a mirror, you can be a cashier at our store. For $18 an hour. And we still cannot get good employees. We still cannot get people who are actually competent at doing anything other than, hi, what can I get you? Okay, I'll ring you up. Bye. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I can't even comprehend. I mean, but they're getting $18 an hour, so what do they care? They're getting 18 bucks an hour. So what do they care? How good they do their job. It's not like they're gonna get more if they do more. Unless they become a manager or administrative staff, which comes along very rarely. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But you know, hey, the mindless drones make people who actually work hard like myself. It makes our job way easier to get promoted, get more money, get better pay, and be happy. So, hey, if they want to do that, that's up to them, I guess. So, oh, I got paid. My first job, I got paid $1.45 an hour. $1.45 an hour was my first job at Burger King. Well, in Oregon right now, the minimum wage is... Oregon has one of the highest minimum wages, and it varies from state to state, Miss Candela, because there is a national minimum wage, and then there's state minimum wage. I think national minimum wage is $7.25. In Oregon, minimum wage is $14.50 an hour. There's the bear. I was wondering where that bastard went off to. But yeah, in Oregon, it's twice that. Oregon is at twice the national average for minimum wage.
Can't feel my feet.
Well, and the funny thing, too, about the whole minimum wage, the thing I always laugh about it at is, like, do people not understand basic economics? Yeah, here in Oregon, guess what? We're getting paid, they have a $14.50 minimum wage. Guess what's also gone up in that time? The price of everything in the state. The price of my rent's gone up. The price of my food's gone up. The price of all the services and all the things that I like to have and buy have all gone up as well. Because the retailer's not going to take the hit on it. The retailer's not going to take the hit on it. They're going to be like, well, our costs, retailers have this is our baseline cost of doing business. Paying employees, paying the electricity bill, paying the heating bill, paying the rent. Those are like baseline things you have to do just to get the doors open. Just to get the doors open, not including advertising or anything else. And if any of those costs go up, guess what? You raise your profit margins. We've raised our profit margins at the tobacco shop 4 times in the last year and a half, just to keep up with what wages have been going up at. So that's the unintended cost. I mean, yeah, you're making that much more money. And sure, if you take that to a state where minimum wage is $7.50 an hour, okay, you're going to have quite a bit of money, but...
Damn, I'm freezing.
That only works if you're getting paid that. It's all relative. I mean, to me, it's all relative. So... I mean, half the people who are working for us right now, Riku, I wouldn't pay them $7 an hour. They're barely worth $7 an hour. Because the amount of money they generate is not worth what they're getting paid. Over on this side of the mountain, Burger King's paying $18.50 an hour with full bennies. Paid vacations to start. Oh, the cost of living on coastal states is ridiculous. See, the thing is, I'm a native boy Oregonian, though. I love this state. I love this state. I'm in such a position because I love Oregon. I love Oregon, and I couldn't see myself living anywhere else. I really couldn't. 'Cause I really love this state, but it's a beautiful state. Well, see, that's the thing is what I always took, Alma, is that getting my $1.45 at Burger King was great, but you know what was worse than that? Picking berries. Picking berries paid me less per hour than Woo, baby! Oh yeah! Woo! That'll get the blood pumping in the morning. That'll get your blood pumping in the morning. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Whew. Woo. You're totally right, family. Love the tater tot casserole. Oh, it's awesome, isn't it, Rogue? Isn't the tater tot casserole just amazing? I love Oregon because of Life is Strange. Oh, Life is Strange was great. I loved Life is Strange and Days Gone because they were in Oregon. I love both of them because they're in Oregon. Woo! It's difficult to put a price on a person's time. Then again, you got to calculate how you can keep the lights on. Yeah, I mean, there's a calculation. There's a cost that goes into everything. There really, truly is. And honestly, there's a lot of workers out there who aren't They don't want to put forth the effort, I guess, or whatever. I think a lot of it has to do with giving out participation trophies. I'm not gonna get into it much, but I think I never got trophies when I was in high school. I'm gonna preface it by stating it this way. I never got trophies while I was in high school. I know why I didn't get trophies in high school, because I didn't do anything. I was never part of the football team. I was never part of the wrestling team. I was never part of the chess club. That was a choice I made. And now I did go out for track in my senior year. I didn't make varsity track, but I did make junior varsity because I was not that good. But I got a Letterman's jacket for it, and I was very proud of that. I got a Letterman's patch and a little Letterman's sticker, you know, saying, hey, you were part of the varsity team. Yay, yay, me. But I knew why I was not getting those. Because I wasn't any good at them. But that was my choice. Jendo! Hello! How are you? How are you? But that's the thing, is like just giving out people stuff, giving out people praise for not being good at something is just, it blows my mind. Blows my mind. I was in love with Portland because of the TV show Grimm. Well, I'd like to tell you, Alma, Portland is pretty grim anymore. I know, but when you got third place in that art contest, yeah, you probably were like, gosh, I wish I could have gotten first
Turned
place.
out pretty well.
But you know what? Third place is still pretty dang good. Unless it was 1 out of 3. But hey, third place is still pretty dang good. So, you know. I'm good, Jendo. I'm doing good. Portland is in Oregon, yes. Portland is in Oregon, yep. Portland is sort of one of the triumvirate, it's one of the 3 cities that basically control the state. You got Portland, Salem, Eugene. Those are sort of the, well, and Washington, Hillsborough, Washington County is kind of becoming part of that too. But Portland, Salem, and Eugene pretty much run the state. I feel bad for Eastern Oregon because Eastern Oregon has no say in what goes on in our state pretty much at all. Eastern Oregon pretty much has to put up with what they get, and that's about it. Which sucks.
My energy is just disappearing.
Yeah, and see, even though you got third place, you were still proud of it. That's the thing, is even though you got third place, you were still proud of that third place. Because that third place actually meant something to you. That third place actually meant something because you're like, I worked my ass off to get this. I worked my ass off to do this. I mean, imagine how you would feel about that artwork if you had just got a participation trophy. If they said, we're not going to give out first, second, third, fourth, fifth place. We're just going to give everybody who participates gets a kudos for putting something out there. Imagine how you would have, I mean, you probably wouldn't even have the thing today. You'd probably been like, yeah, I'm good.
The sun's setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon. I think I need to lay down.
No, there are actually participation trophies given out. My son and daughter both got them in school. No, it's not a whatever you call it, dog whistle or whatever. My son and daughter actually got them in school. There were things, I mean, when my son was in baseball, they didn't want to keep score. When my daughter was in soccer, they didn't want to keep score, and everybody got a trophy. Everybody got a trophy for playing. There was no best player or anything like that. Everybody got a trophy just for showing up. Oh, believe me. Nope, it actually occurs in our public education system over here. What age? This was all the way through high school. It started, it of course started, and this is the funny thing, Cryogen. It started when they were in middle school, and I was like, okay, they're grade school, and I was like, okay, they're grade schoolers. You know, you don't want to crush their hopes and dreams that badly. You know, they're grade schoolers. And by the time they got to middle school, it was in middle school, and it wasn't in high school yet. By the time they got to high school, I started noticing it in high school as well. And I was like, oh, so that's how they work it in. They work it in when people are like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. They're just young kids, you know. Just, you know, let them have their fun. And yeah, you're like, yeah, you know, they're young kids. But you know what? Honestly, I don't think it's too early to build character in kids. It's never too early to tell them, you know what? Here's the hard truth about life, kiddo. There's gonna be some winners. There's gonna be some losers in life. You may not win at everything. You're not gonna lose at everything either. But you're not gonna win at everything either. There's gonna be things you're gonna have to find stuff that you are good at. Really stick to those things you're good at, and you know, shine in those. Shine in those. But yeah, it's slowly crept in over the years, Cryogen. And it never really was that way when I was going to high school. I never saw any of that when I was going to high school, but I started to notice it with my kids. Yeah, they probably got tired of hearing parents complain about, my son Johnny was so sad that so-and-so won this trophy, and he made fun of him for not winning it. Okay, well, talk to the kid who made fun of him. Tell him not to do that next time. Tell him to, you know, that's a teachable moment where you can teach somebody to win gracefully.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Give me a sit rep. All right. Well, right now we're in Timberwolf Mountain. Advice for Timberwolf Mountain is learn the zone. Play it on Voyager. Learn where all the animals are. Learn where your moose spawns are. Learn where the bear spawns are. Learn the way to the summit. Learn how to use the caves to camp out in. Don't, until you're very experienced at this zone, I would not try to hang out here on Interloper or Stalker until you're pretty experienced with the zone, because it's very easy in a blizzard to get turned around, to get lost, to get confused of where you're at, and basically just die of freezing to death. So I wouldn't come here until you're, you know, on harder levels or harder difficulty levels till you're ready for it. So our sit rep, Gendos, we're on day 103. We've got carcass harvesting, cooking, archery all at 5, fire starting just got to 4, mending is on the way. It's at 3, but it's going to 4 here pretty soon. Fishing is at 2 because I read a book. In that time, we've spent 14 days in Mystery Lake, 5 in PV, 10 days in Timberwolf, 5 in Forlorn, 29 in Mountain Town, 21 in Hush River. You can tell I like those zones. 11 days in Ash Canyon. And we have found, killed 60 wolves, 10 bear, 2 moose, 9 deer, 47 rabbits, and most importantly, we found 2 can openers now. 2 can openers. And we've survived 67 blizzards. There we go. There we go. That's our thing. As an education scientist with an actual degree in all, my professional opinion is that participation trophies are a stupid idea. Well, see, that's the thing, is that, I think for certain things, Ephedrine, especially things that are very subjective. Like, I mean, but even then, I was gonna go with music, but even then, why do you think when you go to when you are part of a band, why do you think there is a thing like first chair, second chair, third chair? Why do you think there is a hierarchy of who is the best? Because those people are the ones who are like the first chair, second chair, third chair. And yes, you can always move up. It doesn't exclude you from moving up in the hierarchy. It just says, hey, if you want to move up, here is what you have to do. Here is who you have to best to move up in the hierarchy of, being first chair, second chair, third chair. And there's some people who will go their whole lives and be happy being second chair or third chair, or don't give a crap in the first place. But there's a good reason they have that too, because those first chairs will get solos and stuff, and it also allows the teacher to, or the musical instructor to look at the students and go, this student is very skilled. I can count on them to always be on key and to play, you know, to play the music properly. And I know that Johnny, he loves to play, but he's not as good as, you know, as Sarah or whoever it is in first chair. And so I'm not going to put as much on them, but if they want to practice hard, get better, guess what? They can challenge the first chair and become first chair as well. Oh, but people hate hierarchies. People hate hierarchical systems. And yes, hierarchies do tend to get to a point where the hierarchy only favors those at the top and those at the bottom get left out. That's where you have to advocate for people who are being left out of things. But there's a point that it goes to the other end where you're advocating so hard that you just want to tear down the entire hierarchical structure, and then all you have is chaos. There has to be a balance between the two, and I think the two are good. I think the two are good to, you know, sort of like hold each other in check a little bit, because there's a reason for them, and there's a reason to buck the systems as well. So,
I'm not sure I can carry.
Difference between hierarchy of abilities and hierarchy of class. Yeah, there is that as well. But then again, you look at a lot of people who have hierarchy, who have high abilities. I mean, Bill Gates never had a high class status when he was growing up. Steve Jobs never had a high class status growing up. Most of your very highly trained people in Hollywood probably didn't, I mean, a lot of them did not grow up being in a high class status. There are some. There is nepotism that goes on. That's the problem with hierarchies a lot of times, is that the second generation or the third generation of the person who actually succeeded on their abilities, those people don't have the skills or abilities to actually do the same. They're just living off what Papa or Grandpapa or Grandmama left them. That's why do you think there's so many very wealthy people who are like, I'm not leaving my kids crap? Why do you think there's so many wealthy people who like go, yeah, I'm going to donate it all to a charity. I'm going to give my kids enough just to live, just to survive, but not thrive, because I want them to actually go out and do something for themselves. A lot of parents, and I think that's the smart, you know, wealthy parent makes that decision. They go, yeah, I don't want, you know, Johnny, yeah, they've grown up in a very nice lifestyle, but I want them to actually, you know, go and do something. Those bear bags being a nice round 5. I know. 5 whole steaks, no little pieces, no little tiny things. So, I make twice as much as what the people in the storage department with work make. They don't think it's fair, however, they don't see 95% of the actual work you're doing on the on-call time. Well, not only that, Ephedrine, but how much training and skilling, if you think of it sort of like a video game, how much leveling up have you had to do to get to the position you are? How much training, retraining, reschooling, learning of new skills, and all that sort of stuff have you had to do over the years, not just as a one-time thing, but over the years, have you had to do to get where you're at? See, that's the thing that a lot of people don't see. They want to, I mean, we have people that we're hiring right now, they want to be, it's almost like they want to be hired on as CEOs of the company when they can't even run a frickin' popsicle stand. They can't even run a popsicle stand. They barely function as a cashier, and they don't understand why they're not the manager of the store immediately. It's like, well, you got a lot to learn. You don't even know how to run a register or like deal with customers, and you all of a sudden want to run the store?
Come on.
But
That's done.
that's the thing, is like, you have skills and abilities far beyond anything that they can comprehend. And all they're looking at is the dollar amounts. And the funny thing about that too, Ephedrine, that I find humorous, not in a ha-ha funny way, but an ironic way, is that what is stopping them from going out and acquiring those skills and abilities that you have and then going and trying to do the same job you're doing? What's stopping them? I mean, they could do it if they really wanted to. Would they have to make sacrifices to their life? Probably. How many sacrifices did you make in your life to get to where you're at right now? How many tough decisions of, yeah, I'm not going to go out tonight. I'm going to save my money so I can pay for my college class, or I'm not going to buy the fancy new car. I'm going to go get a $1,000 hoopty that I'm going to drive around in for the next 3 years while I finish off my college courses and get that sort of stuff done. I mean, those are decisions that you have to make sometimes, and a lot of people don't like to make those decisions. They sort of want their cake and they want to eat it too, which is fine. You know, you can want your cake and eat it too, but we all make decisions in life, though. That's the thing. Our whole life is made up of decisions that lead to where we are today. I'm a very non-believer in just like, bad stuff happened to me. Bad stuff happening to you is like you're in you're mid-flight going from the East Coast to the West Coast and your plane crashes. Bad stuff happening to you isn't, oh God, I can't buy the newest iPhone. Life is so hard for me. Oh God, I can't go out and get the $10,000. I can't go out and get the brand new $25,000 car because they won't give me a loan. How unfair is life? Why do you think, I don't know about other countries, but why do you think that a lot of first generation immigrants that come to America are so successful? Because they've come from situations where they had no opportunity, and they can come here, they can basically mortgage their life to come here, buy a small store, make it successful, scrimp and save every dime they have, live in a little 2-room apartment with their 5 kids, and they're like, this is the greatest life I've ever had. Where people who are born here go, oh God, I can't live in a 2-room apartment. I need a living room, a dining room, a bedroom, a kitchen, a separate bath. I need this fancy thing. And that's why they're so successful. They actually save. They save every dime they make. They live today like nobody else so they can live tomorrow like nobody else. It's a common thing Dave Ramsey says all the time. I've gotten really preachy this stream. I'm sorry about that. It's preacher wrath coming out. I used to work for the West Coast Mafia boss in one of his business. Seen a lot of dirty politicians. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I don't trust most politicians. There's very few out there that I could say were probably trustworthy. Well, I think Ripper. I'm not a big term limits guy, but I think if there's any argument for term limits, that's a really good strong one. Is that the corruption sets in after a while. It's just too tempting. As good as a person goes into it with as good intentions as they may have in the get-go, the temptation is there. And we're all human. We're all susceptible to some level of temptation. Some greater than others, some less than others. There's truly probably very virtuous people out there that would never be tempted if you offered them $1 million to do something. They'd never do it. But there's a lot of people who have price tags and are very willing to sell their souls for pretty much anything. And term limits, if that was something we could do, would probably it's a first world problem, ain't it? First world problems. First world problems. Well, it's not even see, that's the thing too, is that I love politics. I could never be a politician though, because I'm not that much of a narcissist. I think there's a definite psychological type that gets into politics, that enjoys the power. It's not even so much about the money. It's about the power, the control, the ability to make things happen, to be a mover and a shaker. I just don't have the temperament for that. I just don't. It's just something I know about myself, and I love watching politics because it fascinates me how crazy it can get at times, and nothing really shocks me that ever happens in politics. Do I like West Wing? I never really got into West Wing. The only sort of like political drama show, I don't even know if it would be classified as that. The only one that I ever kind of got into was 24, and that's just because I love Kiefer Sutherland. So, you know, I was like, okay, I like him. Is that Kiefer? No, wait, is that Kiefer Sutherland in that? Who's in that? Is that Kiefer Sutherland? Wait a second. Who is in 24? Who's in 24? If it's not on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I won't be watching it. 24 was great. I think it went on a few seasons too long, in my opinion, Cass. I think it got to the point where they were milking it like crazy, but it was a good show. It was a top-notch show. No, I would never run as a politician. I would never ever want to run. I just think in one sense that term limits are a decent idea, and yes, you're good, and yes, the people will always argue the case of, well, what if you have a really good politician and he does a really good job? Well, you know what? I sort of think that when the founders of our country, and this is just my opinion, I think that when the founders of our country founded our country, they never had the idea in mind that people would be career politicians. I think that they more had an idea in mind of people who would be citizen politicians who would go and serve for a while and then go back home and you know, take care of their business or take care of their family. It would basically be a service instead of being a career. And now politician is a career. I mean, you hear it all the time. Career politician. I mean, that's what they always tell us. They're a career politician. And then we've been told this lie that if they aren't a career politician, they'll have no idea what they're doing, so that'll make them bad. It's like, you know, but I struggle with that because, yeah, they may have no idea what they're doing in the grander scale, but is no idea what they're doing, is that in reference to they'll have no idea to what they need to do, or they'll have no idea how to do all the horse trading and the behind-the-scenes hanky-panky that go on, that is what really runs things. Because I wouldn't mind a few less people who know about all the behind-the-scenes hanky-panky stuff that goes on. If that's the knowing what they're doing that they're talking about, that they won't know how to do that, I think I could live with that. I think we need a less behind-the-scenes hanky-panky and more people who are, you know, just actually there to do a good job. Who actually, like, maybe will listen to people instead of the special interests, whether they be left or right. I want people who listen to people and do what they want. How about that for an idea? Wasn't paying attention to your fuel, but fewer impressive to spout 3 fires to cook an entire bear. Yeah, you know, sometimes if I'm really in the mood, Jamir, I just do 6. And then you can spread out the meats. You can have lots of fires going, so you're getting lots of stuff. So it helps a lot to sprout lots of fires to get it going quick. It really truly does. And then, you know, you can cook up water on them. That's the other nice thing. You can be cooking meat and go, oh, I want to cook some water. And so you cook some water, at the same time. You grab some torches at the end so you can break them down into sticks. Obviously, keeping the best torch. Yeah, it wasn't see, and that's the thing is like most of the early politicians, were farmers. They were businessmen. They had other things to do. And yes, they wanted to serve for a while, but they also wanted to go back home. And I think I think on a couple levels that keeps things. I think it keeps things interesting because you don't just get this old guard in there that's been in there for 30, 40, 50 years. That basically their entire life is spent there. You don't get this old guard because if you do anything long enough, you play Long Dark long enough, you do a job long enough, you kind of get into almost a dystopian type thing with that job where either it gets boring, you get into habits that, well, this is always the way we've done it, so this is just the way we're going to do it. We're not going to innovate anything new. I mean, imagine if they never let anybody new ever come into the electronics field. And the only people who could work in electronics were people who'd been there for 20, 30 years. Imagine the innovation that wouldn't happen. You know, and that's the thing, is like, the innovation comes from new ideas, and innovations always come from new ideas. And innovation's a good thing. Innovation's what moves us forward. It's sad that most of our innovation has to come at a time and be fueled by war. I mean, we haven't seen that in the last, you know, I'm talking not including the last 60, 70, maybe 100 years of our history. But it's sad that most of the innovation prior to that, which is most of human history, wasn't caused by, you know, most things other than war caused a lot of our innovations. It really did. It's sad that it takes war to really make people go, oh, maybe this is a better way of doing something. Oh, maybe this is a new way of doing things. That would make things better. And then after the conflict is over, they're like, oh, well, let's keep that. Let's keep that. But, you know, hey. If they could get, I would be fully behind if they could get, like, some term limit stuff in place. And I wouldn't even mind it if it was like, okay, like, just for the U.S., for example. Okay, you can do a couple terms in Congress, and then you maybe, you know, once you're done with those, now you have the option, if you want to be a career politician, you could do a couple terms in the Senate, and then you'd have the presidency, or maybe a state type thing that you could run for. But it would kind of keep you, it would keep you moving. It would keep you engaged with the people, because you have to go back to them and please them all. That you'd have to go back to them and actually listen to them and try to please them and figure out what they really wanted, instead of just being like, well, I'm already here. So, you know, what do I got to worry about? Our prime minister can stay in office for 16 years like Margaret Thatcher. She messed up the UK so bad. Well, and every politician, I think the longer, honestly, I think the longer politicians stay in, the worse it gets.
I need some water.
I think the longer they stay in, the worse it gets, as far as their ability to be effective. I think they effectively do things no matter what, but be effective in the sense of actually listening to people, actually responding to the public, actually taking what the public has to say to heart. And I think they become kind of entrenched, sort of that whole thing of, you know, they get stuck in their little bubble. They get stuck in a bubble. All right, let's take all these down. Good God, look at all the birch we've scavenged off this area. And that's just on one trip through Timberwolf Mountain. Alright, we're still at 39. We're good to go, baby. Grab a nice big honk of meat. Yum. Did I check Bleak for the thermals? I have not. Nope. I haven't been to Bleak Inlet, Jamir. Haven't been to Bleak Inlet. My next goal is Dakota Coastal Highway, where there's a possibility of finding thermals, but honestly, If I don't, it's not a big deal. Thermal underwear give you 1 degree bonus on heat. I mean, right now, if I really wanted to, I could wear both head wraps, and if I had another pair of thermals, I could get to 28 degrees. Right now, it's negative 37. Not just war for selfish politics, too, like a strict system that prevent people from criticizing the government. If they do, the system would make them suffer. That's the dystopian innovation I see. Oh, yeah, well, we're already seeing that, though, Dean. We're already seeing that on social media. If you don't agree with the narrative, if you even question, you don't even have to disagree. If you even question certain narratives on social media platforms, you are stricken. You are depersoned. You are depersoned from those platforms. They will ban your accounts. They will take away your access to even posting stuff on them. If you even dare question anything. We saw that especially over the last 2 years. People just asking simple questions. People just having interest in finding out more, not just blindly following. Unfortunately, we've raised a generation that a majority of them consume all of their information and news at very small clips and sound bites off social media, and don't actually look into anything. They read headlines and stuff like that, and that's about it, and form their opinions based on that. And unfortunately, these companies know that too. They know that all too well. You're off to watch West Wing into bed. All right, Rogue, have a great rest of your night. We'll see you later. And they feel very free behind the semi-anonymity of social media to shout down anybody who disagrees with them. Yeah, try saying audit the government on a public forum.
My fingers feel numb.
I've seen 3 people banned from public forums for saying that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it just does. It doesn't work. You know, that's the thing. Is like, it would. And I know everybody always argues, well, they're a private company, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but that private company pushes agendas, and it's been proven that they push agendas. They push narrative. They push certain things out there and make them more visible than other things. I mean, if whether Elon Musk takes over Twitter or not, he's exposed Twitter to be what it is.
I feel so cold in my life.
A very authoritarian echo chamber that does not allow dissent at all. Twitter's a dumpster fire. Twitter is a horrible, horrible dumpster fire. If you're getting all your news media and your news information from Twitter, I feel very, very sorry for you. It's up to you to do that, but it makes me feel very sad for the state of our entire species. So, I only just dropped in, but based on what I just heard, just don't listen to anyone. It's all nonsense for the most. It'll make you feel toxic. Well, a lot of it will. A lot of it will. A lot of it will. I just remember a time, and I know this is going old man river on you. I remember a time in my youth when discourse was not only encouraged, but actually celebrated, and things were vehemently debated. But at the end of the debate, everybody was like, yeah, you know, I still don't agree with you, but you made some good points. I'm not buying your argument. But hey, let's go out and have a beer. Let's go out and have a beer and maybe talk about it a little bit more. Let's see if we can iron some of these disagreements out. You know, let's see if we can find some common ground where we agree on something, you know. Or you maybe would just end by saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to agree to disagree with you. There used to be a thing in debate. This is what one of my debate teachers told me a long time ago. It wasn't an official debate thing. But it was sort of a handy tool in debate. If you ever got into an argument with somebody, whoever pulls out the race or istphobe card first has already lost the argument. That means they've run out of actual arguments against your point, and now they're resorting to name calling. What do you see on these social media platforms now? All the time. All the time. Every istophobe. You disagree. You disagree that a movie isn't good because you didn't enjoy the movie. And suddenly you're an isterophobe for some reason. And you're like, okay. No, I just thought the movie was garbage. I didn't like the acting in it. The story was kind of bland. I didn't like how the action sequences went. No. No. It's so weird. It's so weird that we're at a point, yeah, where it's better to shush. You know, it's so weird. We're at a point where people just feel free to shush other people. I know, I'm a hater. I'm a hater. It's like I have to really think really hard about people who I actually genuinely hate. I mean, seriously, I have to think, like, I can probably count on my hand the number of people I've actually, like, hated in my life. It's not many. And and honestly, I try to believe in humanity enough that most people are genuinely like that. Most people genuinely don't go around their day going, I hate this, and I hate that, and I hate this about that person. How miserable would that be? Good God, I could not imagine living my life like that. That would just be so miserable. I mean, I'd just be so sad all the time if I had that, if that was like my driving force in life. It's like, oh wow. I mean, my best friends in high school, if I look back, my best friends in high school and even my best friend now, if we look at our straight political beliefs, we probably have a lot that align, but we probably have a lot that are different as well, but that doesn't define her and it doesn't define me. When you define who you are and everything about yourself by one feature, damn, that's just, oh, I just feel bad. I honestly, I know it sounds like almost like being almost condescending, but I honestly, seriously, from my heart, I feel bad if that's all you base your entire identity on. Because you're so much more than that. You're so much more than that. Pitchforks to Ath's house march now. Just like on Twitter and Facebook, I regularly get verbally attacked, but I still get entertained for it. Yeah, and sometimes, Dean, you just have to laugh at it. You just have to be like, I can't control anybody else. And the sad thing is too that honestly, I think you know, people are probably gonna be like, he's calling for violence. I think sometimes a lot of this stuff is coming from people who've never been in an actual, real fight in their life. They've never actually had somebody walk up to them and punch them in the face. They've never had somebody actually do something truly horrific to them. If you disagree, you're either a hater or suffers from phobias. The end. And I think a lot of it is projection in some ways. Probably some of it's projection of things that they feel about themselves. Possibly. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying outright. That's just my opinion. But I think some of it's that. I think some of it is just, like, not having real beliefs in your own ideas. You've kind of got the download as far as this is what we're supposed to think. This is the way we're supposed to go. And anybody who disagrees with it is way over here on the other side. I think if people looked at a lot of the stuff that they hold as beliefs, they'd realize they don't hold them as strongly as the other side would like to project onto them. And that's for both sides. That's for both sides. I think both sides have gotten into this idea that the other side is so far removed from how they are that they can't have anything to do with them. And I think, honestly, if people were put down in a room with each other, and actually had to deal with each other, that's why I like shows like Survivor, and some of those shows where they kind of throw people from different from different lifestyles, different lives together, and make them actually have to interact and be in close contact with each other, basically all the other BS just washes out. You learn who's a good person, who's a bad person, who's a selfish person, who's a... I mean, because those are the details, those are the things you need to suss out from people, in my mind. People who are narcissistic, selfish, self-serving, don't really have a lot of empathy for other people. Those are people I generally don't want to associate with, whether they're on one side or another. And those people are on both sides. Those people are on both sides. The self-serving, narcissistic, non-empathetic, very collectivist type people are on both sides. But I don't think that's a majority of them. Yeah, imagine people just being nice to each other. Imagine people sitting down with another human being and going, you know what? No matter what, you have value. You're valuable as a human being. Now, you may not be valuable in a job-related situation, but we can make you valuable by teaching you skills and giving you attributes and abilities that will make you valuable in that position. What a world it would be. Well, and the funny thing about it too, Cass, is being nice to a person never costs you a thing. It does not cost you anything to be nice to a person. And the rewards are wonderful. It doesn't cost you a lot to be mean to a person either, but there's definitely a lot more consequences. There's not as many consequences, I guess I'd say, in being nice to somebody. You're never gonna look back on being nice to somebody and go, gosh, I wish I wasn't. I wish I hadn't said hello and have a nice day to that person, or be nice to them and help them out with the situation they had. You never feel bad about that. Like just the other day, there was this guy broken down in our parking lot, and him and his buddy had a U-Haul trailer. They were trying to push a car up into it because the car's transmission had gone out, and you know it has a little ramp that goes up, and it's hard to get that up there. And you know he was in the driver's seat, and his buddy was trying to push, and it was like, you know, in that moment I had a decision to make. Either I just stand there and watch them and go, haha, look at those guys trying to get that car up there, or I go over and help them. Now I can, you know, from my story, you can probably assume what I did. I went over and helped them. I was like, it costs me 5 minutes out of my day. It helps this guy out, and it makes their day better too. And another guy jumped in. He came out of the store and he's like, oh guys, wait a second, I'll come over and give you a push too. Got 3 of us on that thing, and boom, we had that car up on the rack like that, where the other guy and me were struggling with it. And it's like, it's those little things that are decisions. That's what I was talking about earlier. Everything you do in life is a decision, and every decision you make is going to be sort of either a positive or a negative in your life. And you got to decide, you have to decide what positives you're going to put into your life. Because you can fill your life with negativity. It's easy to do that. There is tons of stuff to fill your life with negatively. Just go on Twitter, you'll see it all day long and twice on Sunday. But doing the positive things, yeah, it takes an effort. It takes an effort mainly of you just going, I'm going to choose to do this positive thing. Whether I get nothing out of it or not. Whether I get something out of it or not, I'm going to choose to do the positive thing. And I wish more people would do that. I think the world would be a much happier place if more people did that. Everything does matter. Everything does. All those little choices you make, all of them make a difference. And, you know, who knows? Maybe that little, you know, it's sort of that butterfly effect, where maybe me helping that guy out, getting his car up there, helps him get it down to the shop, helps him get his car fixed faster, so his girlfriend can come to work, and or he can go to work, or whatever, and somewhere down the road, that will lead to me having a good experience. You never know. Life is full of those things. You never know. But I can guarantee you that by doing that one little small good thing, it'll never be bad. And honestly, it helps you psychically. It helps your psychology as well. Makes you feel better about yourself. Once you do a good thing for somebody else, especially when it's selfless, especially when you know you made a difference for them, it helps you mentally, like, feel better about yourself. Because you can't start really feeling good about yourself if you're hating the world all the time. Because that hatred is just going to turn inward. You're going to start loathing yourself, I feel, after a while. And life is going to be crappy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to... I always stick by the old... I stick by the old Princess Bride adage that life is pain. Anybody who tells you different is selling something. And that's true. Life is pain. Life is going to hit that crap storm at some point or another. But you know what you can do? Is that when you see that light, when you see life hitting the crap storm for somebody else, you can be the person who can step in and help them through that. You can be the person who gives them the hand up, the person that gives them the smile, the help with the car, gives them the ability to not get through it, but to make it just a tad easier. And then down the road, hopefully somebody will do that for you too. But if nobody does that for anybody, then we're just all going to be living in hell. You're going to be living in your personal hell. The guy down the road's going to be living in his personal hell. So we'll all be happy in hell. Or we'll all be miserable together in hell, I guess I should say. I'm nice to Kitty, isn't that enough? Being nice to animals is one of my prerequisites for people being good humans, period. Now, I'm not saying... I'm not an anti-hunter. I'm an anti-poacher. I'm an anti-big game hunter, because I think that's stupid. I'm not an anti-hunter by any stretch of the imagination. I grew up in a hunting family. I have nothing wrong with it at all. Do I believe in just going out and randomly killing animals for the heck of it? No. I think how we treat our animals is very indicative of how we are as a person a lot of times. I mean, they've done studies on it where mass murderers, they start by atrociously doing horrible things to animals. Dissecting them, killing them, torturing them. I think how we treat our animals is very important as a society and as just a marker of what kind of human beings we are. Because if we can't even treat animals well, how can we treat another thinking human being well? Because animals, you know, when you want to get right down to it, animals are, well, not cats so much, but animals are the most vulnerable of us. So if we can't treat the most vulnerable of us in a humane, good way, how are we going to treat other humans? How are we going to treat other thinking, living human beings, you know, that are, you know, sentient and our fellow humans? I mean, so I've always looked at it as one leads into the other. When I help people on their cars, I make them do it. I just tell them how so they learn it. Oh yeah, that's how I learned cars, Ripper. That's how I learned how to do cars. My friend knew how to do a lot on cars, but he'd always make me do it myself. He'd be like, no, you need to learn to change your oil, do your distributor cap, you know, basically change your tires. It's surprising how many people out there today that are 20-something or lower and don't even know how to change a tire on a car. It's surprising how many people my age don't know how to change a tire on a car. It's like, really? That's like, you need to know that. Changing tires on cars is like a basic thing that I think everybody... There should be like a high school class on changing car tires. They should have a class that you learn that. They need a class on that. Now, I love animals. I don't own any animals because I'm at a point in my life where I don't want the responsibility of taking care of an animal. I love animals. I love cats and dogs. I think dogs are way more work than I'd ever want to do. If I ever get an animal again, it will definitely be a cat. I'm definitely more of a cat person, I guess you'd say, than a dog person. Not that I don't love dogs. It just, cats are way easier. In my opinion. And they also leave you alone. They come and let you do stuff when they want to. But that's sort of my personality as well. Is leave me alone. I'll come to you if I want something. Oh, jeez Louise. Bearskin bedroll hype. Oh yeah. How did you read my mind right there, sir? How did you read my mind, Jamie? I was just thinking, you know what would be really nice to do right about now is make myself a juicy bearskin bedroll. That sounds like a great plan. Thank you for the 100 bits too, by the way. Yeah, I'd probably own a cat again if I could. I'd probably own one. I just am at a point in my life where I just do not want to. And I think that'll change over time. I think at some point I'll probably have one again. 30-year female can change a tire. Yes, I did get taught in school. Exactly, Kimsey. Exactly. See, that's the thing. Is that, like my best friend. Till I taught her how, she didn't know how to change a tire. I mean, when she told me she didn't know how to change a tire, honestly, you could have heard a pin drop. I was rather taken aback. Because she grew up in a rural area in Idaho, and I was kind of taken aback that she never learned to change a tire when she was younger. You could just heard a pin drop when she told me that. I was like, really? And so, I mean, you know, I always thought that more of the younger generation. I mean, I've taught my son how to change a tire, my daughter how to change a tire, because I'm like, you don't want to depend on somebody else to change your tire. Your tire, number one rule of the road is your tire is eventually gonna go flat. It will always go flat at the most inconvenient time, in the most inconvenient location, where it's hours away from you having somebody there who can, like, fix it for you. Or change it for you. It's always gonna be in the worst possible scenario. Yes, every great once in a while, it may be, you know, in a parking lot or something like that, but 98% of the time, it's in the worst possible place. Worst possible place. And being able to know how to change that tire is just going to be, that's life-changing. That makes you never, ever have to worry about that again. You're like, what happens if you get a flat? I'll change it and drive down to the station and get my tire fixed. You know, it's one of those things where it's like a Murphy's Law type thing. You know, it keeps Murphy at bay, because when you know how to change a tire, guess what? You're probably going to get less flat tires because it's not a concern to you anymore. You aren't going to be worrying and whinging about it, going, "Oh my God, I'm going to go on this long trip. I don't know what I'm going to do if I get a flat tire, though. I better check all my tires and make sure they're all ready to go and perfectly good." And you know, you don't ever really think about that because you're like, "Oh, if I get a flat, I'll just put my tire on there." I mean, I personally bought a full size, and I would recommend everybody to do this. Buy a full size spare for your car. Do not depend on the donut. Get rid of that donut. Take that donut, throw it in the freaking garbage. Get a full size spare for your car. You will never, ever, ever regret it. There's no better feeling, because here's the other rule of when you get flat tires. Guess what? Guess where that flat tire is going to be? Going to be right driver's side or right or left driver's side, and it's going to be right. It's going to be front driver's side or front passenger side. And those are the worst ones to get the flat on, especially if you got a donut to put on your car. Because if you do that, you have to take the tire off the back, put the donut on there, take the tire off the front, put the good tire on the front, because you never want to have your donut on your front tire. Never. It makes your handling horrendous. It wears the tire down way faster. You always want to be dragging your donut. So you have to switch the tires around if you have that donut. So go out and get a full-size spare, because that will save your life. Because if you get a flat on the front, you just go zip, take it off, put the full-size spare on there, dump that full-size crappy tire in your trunk, and boom, you're down the road again. And a lot of people don't. I mean, my daughter and son didn't know that. They were like, "Oh well, I'll just throw the donut on the front," and I'm like, "No. No, don't put the donut on the front. Don't put the donut on the front. Well, my best Fedrin, my best friend's new car that she got, I mean, it's new to her. It's like a 2012. It's a 2012. Doesn't even come with a spare. Didn't even come with a spare. It came with a repair kit and an air pump thing for the repair kit. Oh, don't worry about it. Check your air in your spare tire at least once every, I'd say at minimum, once every 3 months. Check it every month if you remember. Check it every month if you remember. But at least once every 3 months. Sort of like when you get an oil change. If you go get an oil change, check your spare. Make sure the tire pressure's good. Make sure it gets filled up. Heck, I've even got to the point, Keg Pirate, well, I'll actually have them check my spare when I get my oil change. I'll be like, oh, by the way, can you just check the tire pressure on my spare? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Most places will do it. Most places will do it. They'll be like, yeah, the tire fit crap. You're supposed to spray into the valve. Yeah. And you know what that fix-a-flat stuff does? That makes your tire impossible to repair. You know why they want you to use that? Because a lot of times your tire will just have a nail in it. They could fix that by actually making a patch for your tire. And once you put that fix-a-flat crap in there, that fix-a-flat actually adheres to the inner wall of the tire, and it actually starts eating away at it after a while. It's not good for your tire. It's a temporary fix, but it forces you to buy a new tire. Where if you just pulled over, got your tire, swapped it out, you can take your tire down to the shop a lot of times. They'll be like, oh yeah, you got a screw, or oh yeah, you got a nail. Pull the nail out, they pump a little plug in there, and now your tire is still good for another 20,000, 5,000 miles or whatever. Yeah, oh yeah, always check it. Yeah, always check it for that as well. Yeah, the dry rot can set in on those spares because they sit back there in the trunk. Sit back there in the trunk like that. Look at this, we're on car talk time with Atheenon. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a mechanic, so nothing I'm saying has any weight as far as my own opinion goes, okay? But yeah, well, for years, Rip Ripper. See, this is where my kind of background in it comes in. For years, like I said, I worked for the Oregonian. I drove a lot of Oregonian routes. I carried not one, 2 spare tires with me at all times.
Feels like
because yes,
sapping my energy.
At one time I got 2 flat tires on the same day, and it sucked so bad. Luckily, I had a can of Fix-A-Flat at that point along with me, because that was my backup if my spare tire was no good. But I went through a lot of tires doing Oregonian routes. On average, I would put 100 miles a day on my car, minimum. Maybe more. And so I had 2 spare tires in my car at all times. Because I was like, no, I'm not having a problem. Not gonna have a problem.
Something's making me feel really tired.
The nice thing about Oregon is we have pretty temperate weather here, so why am I making a bearskin coat? Oh, I'm making a second bearskin coat. Well, good for me. I'm making a bearskin coat. I was going to make a bearskin bedroll. And I'm making a bearskin coat.
Anything for a drink right
That's what happens when I get to talking and not looking. But you know what? I want to try to do it. I've never done double bearskin coats. I am going to try double bearskin coats, boys and girls. I used to help my friend deliver sometimes. Oh, yeah. I have never done double bearskin coats, but we're going to try it. The bears will feed us. They will fear us. They won't feed on us. They'll fear us. They'll fear the mighty Atheenon in double bearskin coats. Thank you so much.
Spartacus Maximus 55
Coats,
just
coats, and
resubscribed
coats.
for 34 months. Coats, coats, and coats.
Look at that beautiful moose-hide coat just laying there on the bed. Look at that beautiful moose-hide coat, boys and girls. Just laying there. Somebody's gonna come into this cabin and be like, Holy crap, there's a moose-eyed coat already for me! Actually, I have another bear quesamo. I have another bear skin that's curing in Ash Canyon, where we're going to be heading to right now. Well, not right now because I'm going to be switching up games, but we'll be heading there tomorrow morning. We're going to head back to Ash Canyon, get our bear hide. We got one cure in here. We got one there. So we'll go back there. We'll get our bear hide. We'll come back here. And by that time, we'll have enough to make the bearskin bedroll. And this time I'll actually click on the bearskin bedroll instead of the bearskin coat like a doofus. And we'll be able to do that. Thank you for the 100 bits, Jamir. Thank you, Spartacus Maximus, again for the 33-month re-Subaru. And why did the points not go through? There we go. And I did it again. Yes. At one time, I worked as a lead body guy in a fabrication shop as a hydraulic mech. Then on the weekends, I delivered pizza. Guess I made the most of it. I made the most at. Guess where I made the most at? Probably pizza delivery would be my guess. I guess pizza delivery. That would just be off the top of my head. That'd be my guess. Is you probably made more at pizza delivery. All right, let's sleep her off. There we go. All right, boys and girls. Tomorrow morning, we're going back to Ash Canyon, baby. Oh, jeez Louise. Magic Jack, thank you so much. Oh, here's that cosplay thing. Our summer cosplay contest is here. Now until September 19th, submit your best cosplay from the Long Dark for a chance to win one of the great prize packs. For rules, details, and entries, please visit our thread on the official forums. Not a member? Now a great time to join. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. You could cosplay as